Oh, hold on. Let me see the mouse. I gotta get this thing going. Okay, so we are recording episode 201 now. Yo, and hello and welcome to the 201st episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Tuesday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast if you want to catch the show live as it happens before anyone else. The show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at GameSpeakPodcast.com, where we need you to subscribe to our official newsletter so we can make sure you never miss an episode. We actually never miss an episode. That's another great thing about this show. But anyways, also be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL Al-Jafra, alongside Brent, the Bomber Bass.
Ooh,
I'm trying to get the FBI in on this one. Yeah, Brent was the Bomber.
No, Brent was not the Bomber.
Brent was the Bomber. they're like, which bomb?
What bomb?
Yeah. And then Brent.
We've also got Devin, the serial killer. No, I can't frame Devin on this one. No. We got Devin in the wings. He's controlling the P's and Q's, as they say.
Well,
hello.
The pleas and quankyous.
Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, you don't see him,
but
you
I'm
feel him. You know.
Yeah.
You know he's there.
Specifically, right behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever just been sitting there, in a room, and you're just focusing on something, and then you can feel that somebody's watching you?
Yeah.
It's me.
And it's always Devin.
It's Devin.
Yeah, I remember the very first time that happened to me. Whenever I was probably 5 years old, I didn't meet Devin until I was about 27, 28.
But Devin met you long ago.
But long ago, Devin was watching me. When I was about 5 years old, he was probably you would have been how old are you right now?
One, a whole one.
You would have been 1 year old watching.
Wait, five.
He's that 6. Tingle on the back of your
6.
spine.
Oh, you're older than me, Devin?
I'm 28, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, we're the same age. All right, so you would have also been 5. Devin would have also been 5 years old watching me from my closet is where I imagine he was at, but,
Devin ages differently than the rest of us. He's been 28 for a long time.
That's actually terrifying. It's like Slender Man type stuff.
I have to be invited into places, but
it's Tech 9.
Oh, he's got a Tekanina shirt on. It says
Tekanina.
What does your shirt say?
It says Eba. It's a Tech 9 album from
Eba.
It's a older Tech 9 album.
Oh, okay.
Not older. It's not that old.
Maybe it came out in 1955.
It's not old enough to be vintage Tech 9, but it's not new enough to be if this was Jay-Z, it would be the Blueprint 3 or something. You know what I mean?
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
I hope they
I guess
understand.
That doesn't. You have to know your Jay-Z to know the timeline. Okay. Good point.
I imagine if you know your Jay-Z timeline, you probably know the Tech 9 timeline.
If this was Fall Out Boy, it would be Infinity on High.
So the second album.
No, the third.
The third.
It's not
technically.
the third.
Right.
Tech 9's got a lot of albums, so maybe that was a bad example.
Okay.
Let's just forget about all the examples.
I even threw off on the Fall Out Boy, but I guess it's because their first one wasn't a studio album, was it? What was
the one?
Take This to Your Grave was an indie studio.
I count it as their first album because it had some jams. It had some bops.
Dude, the whole thing's a bop. But I'm talking about I feel like From Under the Cork Tree was next level production value.
Well, yeah, it definitely had better production value, and
it was what got them on the map.
Some of the songs on the other album were just as good, though. You know what I mean? Just because it wasn't produced as well doesn't mean it wasn't their first album. You know what I mean?
Stood on my roof and tried to. Yeah. Oh, dude. All their songs are bops, dude. Imagine just Patrick Stump standing on a roof, just trying to see you, forgetting about him. You know what I'm saying? Just super far away. I'm all about that. It's
From Tech 9 to Fallout Boy.
yeah, dude. It runs. It runs. But so, what have you guys been up to this week? Anything of interest?
I finished The Promised Neverland.
As did I.
How did you guys feel about it? We're like, spoiler alert, give it like a minute. We're just going to give our thoughts on it, like how'd you feel about it, the twist,
So I liked it. Okay. I think it's got kind of a Attack on Titan kind of thing where it's like I don't know where they're going to go from here and how it's going to
I heard the second season's kicking off pretty tight.
Really? It's already started off?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I've got high hopes. I liked the ending. I like the other mom that came in halfway through. I liked
She's
a couple.
fucking scary.
She was scary.
Especially with the fucking doll.
She was weird. She added a good dynamic to the show.
Yeah.
It had its moments. It wasn't like, I give it like a solid 8.5 to 9 out of 10. It was good, and I will watch the second season for sure. I binge watched like pretty much in 2 sittings. I watched the whole thing. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it was definitely a fresh idea on an anime. It left out a lot of the cliches, that you'll normally see in an anime. The twist, yes, I was not expecting. I was like, what was it, by the first episode or the second? I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I was like, you just got to watch the first episode and you're in. That's all you got to do is watch that first one, and then you're like, damn, I got to know what happens now.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah. There's also a couple of parts, though, like, I don't know, like, I feel like I wouldn't have ever gone back to trusting the black-haired kid. You know what I mean? I guess they're all smart enough to be, like, super smart so they can see through the bullshit or whatever, but...
Yeah, I mean, like, think of it as, like Death Note, like, how they just, for some reason, know everything. Yeah. But they kind of explain it in the way that the kids have to be super intelligent,
And I get that, but at the same time, it's like...
There are some convenient, like, things that happen, but then you also have to think about how long this type of thing has been going on for, and how they're just, like, a group... They're kind of an anomaly, like the fact that the 3 of them exist together.
Well,
because
allegedly,
it's been going on for years.
Because we also have Homegirl who said that there's...
longer than a minute, we're still talking about it.
Yeah, but we're not really, like, honestly, we're not spoiling anything. We're just kind of
I'm
like
about
giving...
to spoil some shit. Because...
All right, Brent's about to spoil. Come back in 30 seconds. Brent, do what you're going to do.
Because, like, when they confront that one lady and they, like, when they were basically trying to convince the little kids about the thing by, like, talking to the, the other mom that's trying to become the mom, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they're, like, confronting her and getting her to, like, fess up about the trackers and stuff.
They were, like, 7 notches ahead, dude.
They asked her. They were like, are there, other people out there or whatever or something? At some point, one of the moms mentions that there's other groups of people that aren't, like, trying to eat everybody or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, somewhere out there...
I'm just talking about for how long it's been happening in those farms. You know what I'm saying? Like,
plants.
because they said it's been there for a while. The initial mom, who's like obviously like 40 something, was even a kid at the farm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like it's been going on for years and years. They just happened to be a really smart group that figured it out and figured out how to get out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they kind of set it up in a way to where it's believable because it's
and
like,
they have to go back to that one plant with like an army of people. I'm thinking season 2 they're gonna hook up with like some rebellious
Survivors
group or
or
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're gonna like storm the fucking
I
plant.
just want to know what the hell those things are.
oh yeah, me too.
'Cause they called them demons, but the one
What's with the
mom
flowers?
laughed about it. Apparently, I guess they're not demons.
Yeah,
There's
they
some
kind of
plant-
hint at it, like, oh yeah, this isn't what you think it is, you know.
Yeah.
But also, I just really liked it because I got like a very Hunger Games vibe from it. Like the whole time I felt like I was like, this is what Hunger Games the film should have been like. It should have been this like enticing, but the films were just not that good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the books were amazing.
The books were definitely better than the movies.
I feel like
I like the movies okay. I didn't think they were like the best.
No,
They weren't as good as the books.
You
But
can't make a movie about kids murdering each other and rate it PG-13. You know what I'm saying? It should have been rated R. They should have went in on that shit.
I feel like they did the best they could with the PG-13 rating. You know,
What
it
the
wasn't.
PG-13, dude? I'm telling. Look at Promised Neverland, bro. Like it's like MA. It's about little kids, like
Right.
even younger than like And
I think
Hunger
they
Games.
just wanted to get a return on their investment, and they felt like if they did like a teen novel,
Yeah, that's true. Like
that
a
wasn't-
Twilight.
Yeah.
Like if we just turn this amazing idea into a Twilight film, It'll be great.
I just feel it would have been a huge risk to do a rated R Hunger Games. It probably would have been dope. Battle Royale
is a rated R Hunger Games, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good.
And it wasn't even in English, and I loved it. You know what I'm saying? It's I even got past the fact that I was reading subtitles to watch a film, or like with the dub version of it.
That's one of my favorite, foreign films, I think.
Is that if Hunger Games came out during the PS2 OG Xbox era, it would have been a licensed game like Harry Potter. It probably would have been. But yeah, besides that, besides Promised Neverland, I got back into Attack on Titan. I caught up. I'm in the 4th season, the final season, as they say.
They lost me right at the beginning of season 3 of Attack on Titan.
Dude, season 3 is the best. Like, so I stopped at season 3 too because I was so bored I stopped at season 3, episode 1 because season 2 was so boring to me.
It was.
Dude, season 3 gets fucking crazy. Like,
gets insane.
It gets
the
really
fights are
good.
awesome.
Yeah. Really? Because like I watched a couple episodes from season 3 and I just was not feeling it.
Dude, it gets so good.
Season 2 confused the hell out of me for a while.
It got convoluted as fuck with the one girl who was like, what's her name? Historia or whatever.
Historia, yeah. Which
that was
they explain all that in season 3.
I mean, I get it. Goes into,
but they also kind of get away from her where they don't overdo the whole thing where it just gets annoying. Like they kind of are just like, well, this is why we did that, and here you go. And then they kind of push her aside, and then they focus on Aaron and everything that's going on. Dude, it gets good.
I'm gonna have to give it another chance. I don't know.
And the final season's out right now, so like
it's airing.
Yeah,
it's like halfway through, or is it fully? Is it done?
I think it's about to be over. I think it's like only like actually I don't even know. Well, because I just started season 4, but I thought it was over. You can Google that.
I will.
I'll have to give it another chance because they kind of lost me. But maybe I just need to give it another go.
Titan.
What about you, Brent? You do anything, or did we already talk about what you did?
Not really. I mean, I didn't. I got another pie iron. So now me and Audrey can both pie iron our pies at the same time.
You guys just been pirating, dude.
You got a whole kitchen just out of cast iron.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Nice.
So
I dig it.
There are 7 episodes out for season 4. Oh dang! So I'm already almost done with what they do have as season 4.
Oh, okay.
But usually there's like 23-ish episodes per season. So yeah, we got a while to go.
What are you watching this on?
Hulu.
Oh, okay.
It's also on Funimation.
Yeah.
And maybe Netflix?
I don't think only the first season's on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
I'll probably wait for the dub.
No.
It's getting simul dub or simulcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Funimation is dubbing it as it.
That's really cool, actually, because sometimes you gotta wait like months for like an actual dub. Yeah.
Yeah, not even, so on Hulu it's all sub. Once you get to season 4, which is kind of weird. It's like I like to watch it as I'm like walking my dog and stuff, but I can't really do it when I have to read like the whole time.
Yeah,
Hulu's
just get
weird. Hit by a car.
Like when I watched Erased on Hulu, and like the first half of the show was all dubbed like really well.
Yeah.
And then like the second half they didn't have a dub for it, and I was just like, so I had to switch over and like kind of get used to their
new voices. Yeah,
it was weird.
And it's like a whole different it's like the way that they show emotion in like with a Japanese voice is a lot different than the way that like an American voice shows it. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
It's pretty intense.
I'm cool with either one. I just have to commit to one or the other. You know what I mean?
For sure. Anyways, well, let's go ahead and get into the show because we do have a lot to cover this week. Just so you guys know, we are using gaming news articles from around the web, and we do not claim any of the articles as our own. We're just bringing them all together to shove them down your throat. So, yeah, we're jumping into the gaming news. I'll start this off with some pretty big news. That was pretty intense, Brent.
I'm sorry.
I
was like stretching and like a burp came out. It was just pretty wild, dude. Pretty wild stuff.
Pretty wild. Yeah. So Matt Kim at IGN says Ubisoft is working on a story-driven open-world Star Wars game with Lucasfilm Games, which we gotta say last week when our Pie Messiah asked us like whether this meant good things for Star Wars games in the future. About them becoming Lucasfilm Games or whatever, we were talking all about it, and then literally the next day, like right when the podcast came out, they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, massive games at Ubisoft is going to be making a huge Star Wars game. So we didn't get to talk about it last week. But the Division developer, Ubisoft Massive, will develop the new game. According to Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot, it marks the start of a quote-unquote long-term collaboration with Disney. No other gameplay details have been announced, and Massive is actively recruiting for the project. The game will utilize the Snowdrop engine used for the studio's Division games, and Division 2 director Julian Gridy will direct this project too. No indication has been given as to whether Massive Star Wars game would be single player or multiplayer, what part of the Star Wars timeline it would be a part of, or when it might be released. Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot did give a small tease to Wired, saying the game will be, quote, an original Star Wars adventure that is different from anything that has been done before, which I doubt. But
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the Division 2 with a fucking Star Wars skin on it. Like
exactly. That's what kind of bothers me. As I hope it's not like that.
It could be fun. I mean, I'm not knocking that game. Like if that game came out, I would buy that and play it, and I would enjoy it. I think Division 2 has a pretty good following, and a lot of people really like it.
Yeah. Apparently this will be considered canon, by the way, whatever's happening in this game. So they really do have to focus on the story. But just so we, since they announced this, I just want to talk about this before we start talking about it. Apparently there was a hiring, they put out we're hiring for the game, and they put some details about the game stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, listings include mentions of action, adventure, and RPG games, linear and non-linear storytelling, and more. Ubisoft Massive's job recruitment page was updated following the morning's big Star Wars news. The page now lists several jobs in various departments in gameplay, art, production, animation, and more. While details on Massive's upcoming Star Wars game remain sparse, only officially announcing that it is a story-driven open-world adventure, the job listings indicate some areas of focus the developers are looking into. For example, in Massive's listing for senior progression game designer, the studio is looking for applicants with, quote, absolute passion for playing and making games, especially RPG and action-adventure games, as well as proven experience working with progression systems and balancing. So I'm thinking we're going to get a lot of RPG.
Man, it'd be cool if this was like an Assassin's Creed Origins type thing, or
Jedi's Creed.
Not Origins, like Odyssey, more like, because instead of your ship in Odyssey, you jump in a spaceship and fly to the next planet or whatever. You know what I mean?
See, that's what I was hoping. I really wish that the Assassin's Creed guys would give it a rest and just make a Star Wars game.
That would be so sick, dude. Can you imagine? Imagine a game with the same kind of mechanics. You can jump and run up stuff Assassin's Creed style, but you're a Jedi, so it would make sense.
And the same beautiful worlds they build.
The big beautiful worlds, and you'd have guns. I think you'd have blasters and lightsabers and just whatever you want. You could build your character however you want your character to be in that world.
Yeah, I'm really not impressed with the Snowdrop engine either. None of that just sounds good, though. I'm really upset that they chose the Division team to make this Star Wars game. I feel like Disney almost gets it, but then they're like, nah. It's they're we'll go to Ubisoft. They're one of the biggest developers in gaming, and they're like, who can we pick from Ubisoft? We got the Far Cry guys. We got the Assassin's Creed guys. We got. The Division. Of course.
No,
yeah.
I mean, in the Division's defense, though, it did do pretty well. It's got good reviews, and
and Division
people
2
seem to
look. Sorry, I didn't mean to catch it. It doesn't look terrible. I picked it up a while back.
It's not about how it looks. It's about what it is. I'm saying, okay.
I was speaking in the engine's regard.
Yeah, it's okay. The Division 2 is cool for what it is because it's a military shooter. A looter shooter. How are you going to do that with Star Wars? You
could easily do that.
You could, but why? Who asked for that? What this reminds me of is Marvel Avengers. This was where they were we're going to do a looter shooter Marvel Avengers game.
That's what I'm worried that it's going to end up being. Even though if it did end up being that, I would play it and it would probably still be fun.
Brent would be the only person in the world on there, just like on the Marvel Avengers.
But I don't think that's what it's going to be. They wouldn't say, open world. You know, they wouldn't say, you know, linear and non-linear storytelling.
Division 2 is kind of open world.
It is kind of open world.
And it does have linear, non-linear storytelling and RPG elements, so it's like...
Yeah, I guess it could be. I don't know. It could be that.
And it does mention loot, though, just so you're aware. It did say, I didn't get to that part, but it did mention... Also, that in the skills required, you got to have worked with loot. So that doesn't sound good.
I'm keeping my expectations on this completely neutral. Like, I'm not getting hyped for it, but I'm also not counting it out just yet.
Tom Clancy's Star Wars.
For real, though.
No, exactly. Hey, man, I would take a Tom Clancy Star Wars, though. I feel like the...
Splinter Star Wars.
Yeah.
What if they just go all out and do like a KOTOR, but online?
That's called SWOTOR.
Oh,
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
That's right. Yeah.
And you know, like, it's not a bad game. It's just like I don't like MMOs.
It's just not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. You know, like apparently the story is awesome in it, but like I'm not gonna play an MMO to get the story.
I mean, it's free to play. I might jump in one day when I'm just like completely thirsty for fucking something completely different to play. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I wish they'd put it on console.
Yeah.
Even though I have a computer that I could play it on, like I just wish it was on my Xbox, like, and just free to play.
I don't see why they wouldn't. It would probably run fine on the new console. You know what I mean?
Yeah, DC Universe worked.
Yeah, DC Universe is trash.
I thought you were being serious for a second.
Anyways, Brent, what you got?
Okay, more Star Wars stuff. If we're talking about canon stories, now's your chance to play one right now with EA Star Wars Battlefront 2. It's the latest free game on Epic's Game Store. The game's release has proven to be extremely popular, it seems, as EA has needed to introduce additional server capacity to accommodate the huge influx in players. This has also led to some error messages. People booting up the game may have encountered a 623 or 918 errors. And
of course.
And oh yeah, those errors. I know this.
Yeah.
And EA is working to improve the stability of Battlefront 2. An incredible number of players have joined us during our Epic Game Store free week, and we're scaling up the new servers to welcome you all to Battlefront. EA said. Separately, EA's...
We're gearing up those microtransactions as we speak.
You get the idea. But it's nice to see Battlefront 2 finally getting, like, a bunch of people playing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, at the very end of what would be its life, I guess.
Doesn't it always go on sale for, like, $5 anyways? Like, that game's constantly,
I haven't seen
like,
Battlefront
$5.
2 $5. I've seen the first
Maybe
Battlefront,
it's the first
like,
one.
$3 and shit, for sure.
Yeah.
Which is, like, not much different than the second one, to be honest with you.
It's literally the same
Like,
game.
if you... Like, if it came down to buying the first one for $3 or the second one for $20, like, always go with the first one, because like they're pretty much the same.
They both run in the same engine, have the same graphics.
Yeah, they
one
both
just
look
has
great.
like Darth Vader running around, and the other one doesn't.
This kind of makes me think, though, if I'm like a game studio that's like trying to push this like a dying game, like Fallout 76 or something, like I would try to
it's
give
going
it
to Game Pass, bro.
Put it on Epic Store, you know?
Anything.
I guess, yeah.
Any free, like, put it on any subscription service or like. And, like, just make it free,
Yeah.
you know? I'm surprised it hasn't been on Game Pass yet. I feel like one of them was at one point, and I just, like, looked over it. It's EA, though, right?
Yeah,
So I wonder why it's not on EA Play. Like, put it on your own subscription service.
They need to put Anthem on there.
Anthem's on there. It's just not on the PC on EA Play yet.
Really?
For Game Pass. Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
Because I have EA Play, and I'm getting...
Well, it's on Game Pass, whether it's on EA Play or not. I don't know. So, like,
yeah, the EA thing hasn't come to the PC Game Pass yet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not on Game Pass. I just have EA Play through Steam.
Okay. Well, then maybe it's just on Game Pass. But, anyways, Gabe Gerwin at GameSpot says the Nintendo Switch remains an extremely hot console, figuratively, of course. Nearly 4 years after its launch.
Literally. It's hot as fuck.
I can't play it. And nearly 4 years after its launch, and this is especially true in Japan. The console appears to have accounted for a remarkable 87% of all consoles sold in the country during 2020.
Holy F.
Yeah, even with the launch of 2 newer systems at the end of the year. According to Famitsu and shared via GameIndustry.biz, about 6.85 million consoles were sold in Japan during the year. That's all game consoles put together. Of those, 5.9 million were either the Nintendo Switch or the Switch Lite, while the PS4 and PS5 combined to sell about 798,000 units.
I like how Japanese people are known to be like this gaming community, but like 87% of them are all just sitting there playing Animal Crossing.
Well, it's that and because the new Monster Hunter's coming to Switch.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like all about Monster Hunter in Japan. But also another thing, apparently a lot of them are getting away from buying PlayStation because PlayStation's getting more westernized with its like Naughty Dog and all that stuff. Like they used to buy PlayStation because it was the console with all the JRPGs and shit, but now Switch is becoming that console besides Persona. You know, so like that's why it's happening that way.
Man, they're just disrespect, dude, you know?
I mean, they never bought Xboxes because they weren't JRPG machines. Like that was their thing. They're just like, nah. If I can't play, Okutawara, like like Atelier 7 Paths or whatever, like I'm not fucking buying that console. You know, like that's how they feel, and I understand. But it's pretty weird to see that like their own like Sony just being ignored because they're like, nah, I can play, like Octopath Traveler on my Switch. It's like, okay. I find it weird that Japan doesn't like Naughty Dog. Like, what is it about like that they're just like, nah, not about that?
I'm just surprised Japan doesn't have like a more diverse like gaming culture. Like you'd think all the consoles would be doing well in Japan. You'd think like just video games as a whole would be thriving in Japan. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
No, wasn't there like a year where like literally 12 Xboxes were sold in Japan, like for the entire year or something?
I don't know like direct
know
stats, but I know for a fact that Xbox has just like historically done terrible in Japan.
Yeah.
Like
apparently it's been doing just as bad as Sony this time, not like any worse. It's like about the same.
it's not like they could fucking get one if they wanted to down there. I'm sure like it's probably scalpers buying all the Japanese.
100 units sold in the week of June 8th. Okay, that's what it was. It was like a very small amount. Yeah. After a run of poor form in Asian territories, the Xbox One only manages to sell 100 units in Japan in a week. Could Halo 5 and a price cut help improve things? That's funny. Anyways, but yeah, so basically on the Switch stuff that we were talking about, it says 6.85 million number. It says this leaves very little room for other consoles to reach that 6.85 million number, and with the Xbox brand not having much weight in Japan, that's to be expected. Of course, new systems have been extremely limited due to supply shortages and the effects of the pandemic as well. As they become more widely available in 2021, the Nintendo dominance in Japan would get slightly less ridiculous. Overall, the Nintendo Switch has sold more than 68 million systems worldwide, and it should overtake the Nintendo 3DS by 2021, or in 2021. So the Switch is doing well. Like it's already surpassed the Wii U, which I think like they could have sold a brick and it would have done better than the Wii U. But like it's for it to be catching up to the 3DS. I think that's a really good sign. You know what I'm saying?
I'm really surprised Xbox isn't doing better in Japan. Like I know that's just like I don't know. That just seems crazy to me, especially with like the Series S where you could just slap it in. It's all small. I don't know.
But I mean, you could play everything on, or most everything on the PlayStation that you could the Xbox. So because they have
but the PlayStation's not doing good either. I don't understand. I just don't get it.
Maybe that is the thing though. Maybe like what you were saying, it's all small. Like maybe they're going for the Switch because it's smaller. Like they have a lot less like real estate whenever it comes to like where they live and stuff.
Totally. Totally.
Could be that.
Yeah,
and also it's handheld. They are constantly on buses and stuff. Not buses, like the sub trains and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good point. Okay.
Science. We figured it out. We win.
We figured it out.
Hire us for some market research.
GameSpeak podcast. You heard it here first. Yeah. Anyway, so what you got, Brent?
Oh man. So much.
So much.
Let's see. A lawsuit filed in 2019 by Niantic Inc. has reached a settlement with hacking group Global Plus agreeing to pay out $5 million to the Pokemon Go developer. As reported by Polygon, the Rogue developers created and sold hacked versions of Pokemon Go, Ingress, and Harry Potter Wizards Unite that gave players the ability to spoof their GPS locations and use features like Auto Walk. After ignoring a number of cease and desist letters, Global Plus Plus had a lawsuit filed against it in mid-2019, after which a number of its social media and online presences went dark. In the original filing, Niantic alleged that the hacker group made millions selling hundreds of thousands of subscriptions to apps based on Niantic's original code. In the settlement details, Global Plus Plus was found to have accessed and used Niantic's map data and profited from the processes by selling access to its programs through a subscription model. The defendants admitted to a number of breaches of federal law, including copyright infringement and violations of California's Computer Data Access and Fraud Act. The hacker group is not only paying out $5 million in damages, but it will have to cease a number of activities, including making Niantic hacks, selling programs that include Niantic's code, and accessing or interfering with Niantic servers and data in general. While Niantic is involved, yeah, anyways, you get the point.
Yeah. So they're getting screwed by Nintendo.
Yeah.
But don't go around hacking shit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they hacked into the source code.
Yeah, you know it's coming. I mean, they knew what they were getting into, especially with Nintendo. You don't fuck around with Nintendo.
Yeah, you definitely don't hack Nintendo.
Wow. Bad call, dude.
Then sell the data.
Rookie move.
Yeah. So Chris E. Hayner at GameSpot says The Last of Us TV show adaptation being undertaken by HBO is about to get bad. He didn't say that, but I say that because it lost its original director, Chernobyl's Johan Rink, back in November.
Johan.
Now, though, the series has found someone new to helm the episodes. Get ready for this, guys. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Kantemir Balagov has been hired to direct the series.
Who the fuck is that?
So this will be the first TV series for the Russian director, best known for, get this, for the 2019 film Beanpole, which earned him some acclaim at the Cannes Film Festival.
Cannes?
What? I don't know any of these things.
Balagov will work with writer and executive producer Craig Mazin, as well as creative director of the game Neil Druckmann, who will also serve as a writer on the show. One group that is looking forward to Balagov's new role, the Russian government. They posted a message on the official Russia Twitter account congratulating him on his position and sharing some screenshots from the game. Given the importance of LGBT themes in the series and Russia's history of discrimination against the community, it's a curious post.
Wait, so Russia has an official Twitter account?
Yes.
Putin is fucking stoked.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, I love The
Who
Last of
runs
Us.
the Russia Twitter account? I want to be that guy. That would be the coolest job ever. To just run Russia's official Twitter
He's just
account.
sitting there like drinking vodka and like posting shit. He's like, oh, The Last of Us.
I'm starting to see a trend with PlayStation to movies or to shows with these having to find new directors every other term.
Yeah.
You know, it's called bad ideas. You know, that's what, that's why this happens.
Should have never been picked up in the first place.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it'll work out. You know, it could.
What number director is the Nathan Drake movie?
Oh, that movie's coming out, dude, and it's only on its 7th director.
Yeah.
And it has Mark
Russia's gonna
Wahlberg.
be real disappointed in a couple weeks.
I think they're like close to done filming it, right?
Yeah, it's
Something like
supposed to
that.
come out at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to see Mark Wahlberg.
It's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be like the other guys, but Nathan Drake and Sully.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's what you got.
Following the rocky launch of Cyberpunk 20, you know what? I'll save you the whole spiel.
Yeah.
Basically, the guy who the main head studio guy did this little video, and he was like, "Look, we're sorry, we fucked up. I take full responsibility." He's like, "Don't come giving death threats to our team because it was all my fault." And basically, like the board of directors and like the developers didn't have anything to do with it.
The board of directors are like, shut the fuck up.
So
we have families.
But they also he also went on to like put up this graph that's like a timeline of like things they're gonna do to the game. Apparently they're gonna do like 2 big patches right off the jump. That's like their first priority. And then second, they're going to put the free DLC that they promised in. So, and then they're going to do the Series X and PS5 updates. Like,
yeah, by then dude, I'm already done. Like, I'm
Right?
done with the game. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I'm so tired of hearing about Cyberpunk at this point. Like, just all the nonsense around it. Like, the game itself, like, they never talked about it. Like, nobody ever talked about what was actually going on in the game because of all this nonsense. And now I'm just bored. Like the game's cool and all, but it, you know, I think I went in with a little bit high expectations just because of everything around it beforehand. But then once all the bullshit came out, I went in with medium expectations, and I had a medium time with it. It was like, okay, this was fun, and now I'm done. I don't care anymore. Like, let's move on. Let them put out their patches and shit, whatever they're going to do. But can we all just shut up about it? Like, I feel like he's coming out and being like, hey, just want to, like, they're trying to keep the hype going, like, by just constantly bringing it up. It's like, dude, we already know you're being sued. We know all this stuff. Just shut up. Like, you can't apologize at this point. You've already done it like 4 times. And every time you come back again and you're like, actually, you know, there was COVID happening and like all this stuff. I'm sorry. I'm just annoyed. I'm annoyed with it.
I don't like the video. You know, I think it was a bad idea to even to put out a video like that.
Groveling.
Yeah.
It's like, come
but
on.
At the same time, I kind of get where he's coming from. Like, I feel like he's probably, like, in the crosshairs of everybody, and he feels like he has to, like, protect his team and shit. It's like, I get why he did it, but I don't think it was the right move. You know what I mean? From a PR standpoint.
You got to protect him from the trolls of the internet. Like,
I don't know, man. I mean, like, you know, these people are seriously, like, probably just hardworking people that don't deserve all this bullshit, and they're probably getting, like, personalized threats and shit, like, you know, from people who are just maniacs.
So
you
think him coming out and saying, hey guys, it was me, don't worry about them, that those maniacs are going to be like, oh man, now I feel bad, I'll just go after you. In his mind,
like, I said, you know, I don't think he did the right thing by putting out the video, but I think in his mind that's what he's thinking. Yeah, like, I'm going to redirect this hate to me. You know?
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously that's not what's going to happen.
No,
you know
trolls going to hate who they hate. And the thing is like, from the get-go, most people with common sense knew that this was not the developer's fault, but this was a, like, big wig, you know, like, we got to get this game out by this time. Like, everybody knew that. So, like, him coming out and doing this is just prolonging this nonsense. Now, all the people who got bored with attacking are like, ha, it's still bothering them. I'm coming back. You know, like, I just feel like that's what this did. It just stirred the pot. You know, it's like, we already know. We know you're sorry, you piece of shit. You know, you don't have to come tell us. You lied to an entire, like, generation of video games. Like, you're like, yeah, it's good. Gonna be good. You know, like, apparently they weren't even expecting the game to come out till 2022. Like, and then they were like, we'll just push it, you know, like, at the beginning, or at the end of 2020.
I think they're just getting a lot of flack for pushing it back and pushing it back. Again, I can see why all these decisions were made. I just don't condone them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I get why they did almost everything they did, but, like...
Well, whenever we get to the topic of the show today, whenever it comes to, like, rumors and leaks and stuff, there's, like, some real things that, like, I feel like should have been a part of Cyberpunk 2077 that just didn't happen. Like, we'll talk about it later. It has nothing to do with Cyberpunk, but I'm just talking about, like, technology and stuff. Mm-hmm. Anyways, there's a little hype for the topic. Anyways, Brent, what you got?
Well, that was me.
Oh, that was you. Okay, so Eddie McCooch at GameSpot says The Last of Us and Uncharted developer Naughty Dog is apparently ramping up hiring for a new game, which is a project
it's an open world Star Wars game. No, I'm just kidding.
Honestly, I would much rather have that than Massive working on a game. But it says,
that would be sick.
Which is a project that executive Neil Druckmann is particularly excited about. Druckmann said, quote, "Come work with us. We're making something very cool." End quote. He included the lips sealed emoji with his message, referencing how he cannot share any more information. Nah.
Hush, hush.
Yeah. Naughty Dog, basically, I'm interested. What do you think they're working on?
I don't know, man, but, like, one thing I do know is Naughty Dog makes dope shit.
Yeah,
you know
they do.
what I mean? So, like, whatever it is, it's probably going to be really great. You know, I have a lot of faith in Naughty Dog as developers.
What if they pulled an not Elder Scrolls, but a Bethesda, and how they have, like, their cyberpunk, and then they have, like, their, you know, old school? What if he went the sci-fi route? You know, like, They have their Uncharted like adventure game, then they have the Last of Us like horror game, and then they just bump into sci-fi. You know,
that would be sick. But like, would it be like Last of Us and Uncharted, like same kind of game, like a sort of linear?
Yeah, I feel like that would be the case, but with just like a really good story, you know,
I would
really
be down
good
for some
characters.
space shit. That would be cool.
Yeah, dude. I think that could work out. You know, Amy Hennig, who was from Naughty Dog originally, I believe, was the one that was working on that Star Wars 1313 game back in the day.
And I wish that would have came out.
Yeah, I think she wrote like Uncharted 2 or something, right? Something like that. I don't remember.
Who was doing the 1313?
Amy Hennig, and I think it wasn't EA, it was who was doing? Look that up.
I can't remember, but I did see an interview with her, and she was like going off about how dope the game would have been.
Basically, I know, it makes me. It's so sad.
Corey Barlog posted this thing like, "Why isn't there a Mandalorian video game?" And she replied to the thing, and she's like, "Well, there would have been if they would have been fucking
LucasArts."
Yeah, just as LucasArts.
Yeah, so that was back before Disney acquired LucasArts, and then now it's Lucasfilm games.
Man, that's a shame. That's the one game that would have been. It would have been like modern Star Wars Bounty Hunter, the game. Like it would have been so sick, dude.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They would have had dope jetpack mechanics and shit. You can't do like a Mandalorian themed game without having like a really dope jetpack mechanic, you know?
Yeah, I can't believe that game was like announced that long ago. I remember watching a video of it at your house somehow, like on your TV, like a trailer for it, right?
Huh.
Like it was that long ago. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I was there too.
Devin's always there. But I definitely remember but like I feel like that would have been the Naughty Dog type Star Wars game. Like the way that looked, that's what I'm saying. I want that,
sick.
But it doesn't have to be Star Wars. Just make it sci-fi. Do something along those same lines. Create a character in a sci-fi world, but like Naughty Dog.
Yeah, because you could go more mature if you cut the Star Wars out of it and just kind of went like a Mass Effect type route. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, just brutal. Like,
but in space.
Oh, dude, they could do a good Cowboy Bebop like spin-off like video game or something. Like that whole concept of like being a bounty hunter in space. Oh, Star Wars. My bad. No.
Dude, what if it's The Last of Us 3, but they're on a space station and like the clickers are all on the space station and shit? It's just Dead Space, but like The Last of Us,
or like
and then Mark Wahlberg
1,000 years in the future. What you got?
Okay. After toiling in development for over 7 years, the self-proclaimed largest modification ever released for Fallout New Vegas is now live on PC, and it adds a bevy of new content. Titled The Frontier, the community-created mod brings over 150 new weapons, 3 main quest lines, each totaling about 15 hours in length.
Damn.
And additional game mechanics such as driving, all set against the snowy backdrop of Portland, Oregon's ruins.
But will it be good? Like story-wise? Like, I feel like if you don't have the Obsidian guys, like, making it.
A lot of people seem to think it's really good.
And this is a mod for Fallout 4?
Fallout New Vegas. They said it's been in development for 7 years.
Oh, well, guess what I just bought 2 days ago?
Fallout New Vegas?
Yes,
that's
sir.
What I said.
Nice.
Well, that's not all, though. The mod and all its content is available for free for everyone who owns the base Fallout New Vegas and its DLC. In addition to the 3 quests, the creators of The Frontier said that the mod also packages the New California Republic mission, which I guess is a different mod. While it's unclear if this quest is part of the 3 missions or an additional one, the developers did confirm that the New California Republic mod sits at 35 hours long. So, like, you're getting a shitload of new content for Fallout New Vegas. So if you haven't played in a while, it might be fun to kind of jump back in and mod it up,
Yeah, dude. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't it come with, like, texture packs, too? And stuff, like a whole bunch of shit.
I think that's a whole separate mod.
I'm not sure, but, like, it does have all those weapons and stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised,
So,
Wait, but there's also guys doing a big New Vegas mod for Fallout 4 as well, right?
They're recreating New Vegas in Fallout 4.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brent, I saw you watching this trailer right before we did this, but Joseph Noop at IGN says Ninja Theory's upcoming psychological horror game dubbed Project Mara will take place entirely in a single upscale apartment with some serious technology being utilized to create incredibly realistic textures, lighting, and more. In a 4-minute video, Ninja Theory chief creative director and co-founder Tamine Antoniades explained how the studio attempted to capture reality obsessively. Ninja Theory's art team utilized a real-world apartment seen in the video, took numerous samples from walls, floors, and other objects, and photographed and scanned everything. With that reference, Ninja Theory then recreated the materials, such as a bit of leather, and generated procedural shaders and detail maps to make the materials as true to life as possible. Quote, "A funny thing happens when you get that close to a material, when you get as close as a human eye can possibly see," Antoniades said. "Things that seem flat from afar become 3D. You start to see details. You start to see edges, edge wear. You see lint. You see dirt. You see all kinds of stuff that is 3D geometry." End quote. To give you an idea of what Antoniades means, Ninja Theory shows off in-game renders of a carpet with countless individual bumps and curls in its threading, and hair and dust scattered along a wall. Side by side, the in-game renders certainly give the real world a run for their money. Watch Ninja Theory's previous teaser trailer, which shows off some minor story details. Ninja Theory also utilized the skills of Clear Angle, a 3D scanning specialist company, to scan the entirety of the apartment. This allowed Ninja Theory to have a working point cloud of the apartment, allowing the team to ensure everything has a proper sense of scale and shape. Perhaps most impressively, Ninja Theory's artists used procedural generation to create this level of detail across the apartment, a task that Antoniades says would have been impossible by hand. So, according to this video, which you've watched, I've watched, everything looks super real. It looks crazy real. I like the idea of it being in a single apartment because it gives me the PT vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Or the Silent Hill, The Room vibe.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was 3.
Mm-hmm. But my only problem with it is that as soon as it shows the girl, she looks exactly, to a T, exactly like the girl from the other game that they do.
Is it the same actress?
That's what I'm thinking. There's no other way unless they're just really bad at and can only make one type of human being.
I know Hellblade, they got one of the development team actually played the girl, I'm pretty sure, and she did such a good job. They're like, fuck it, let's just use her so we don't have
You'll just be the same person in every game.
Hey guys, we got this file laying around.
Because maybe that's the case. And that it didn't look very realistic, though, whenever it came. I feel like no matter what.
Well, I'm hoping the game is from a first-person perspective, and generally you don't see your character or something. You know what I mean?
It better be first person.
I'm going to be getting my camera up to all the surfaces.
Oh, yeah,
as close as the eye can see.
The edge wear, dude.
No, but real talk, I'm a very big appreciative. I'm very appreciative of when, developers go and put that kind of detail.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff. It's so aesthetically pleasing to my eyeballs.
I hope it comes to VR because these guys did the Hellblade VR, and that shit was amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the idea of a whole space that's just one single space where you don't go move around to a bunch of different areas and stuff, I think that's kind of appealing for a VR game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like... Technically, anything would be a good VR game, though. I mean, you could take that old AutoCAD software from back in the day and just go VR in it and build out your house, and it would be awesome.
I don't know, man. You'd think everything would be a good VR game, but Borderlands didn't translate very well for me. You know what I mean?
That's
and
so
several other games. But when I saw the preview, I was like, dude, that's gonna be sick.
Well, was it just not for VR, or was it not executed well?
I don't know. Maybe
the port.
Maybe I had a little bit of fun with it, but I guess maybe it wasn't executed well. But then again, at the same time, I think I would have lost interest eventually anyway. There's something about the way it's laid out that doesn't feel right in VR. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like you could make ball in a cup fun in VR, though. Anything could be fun in VR if you did it right. You know what I'm saying? Just to take any real-world thing and make it virtual, to where there's no, real-life repercussions. You could just be flipping... you could do, no gravity ball in a cup, you know what I'm saying? Where you got to, drop the ball and then, drop down to the bottom floor and then, flip back up and, catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? There's so many ideas there.
Yeah. But I definitely think that not all 2D games translate well to VR. You know what I mean?
No. But, yeah, I get what you're saying. But what was that AutoCAD thing we used to play with in tech systems? You remember we had to like build out like a room, or like it was like it was on a Microsoft software.
Honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Just
I know.
like
I
a
remember.
floor planner?
Yeah, it was like a floor planner thing. From
I remember
Microsoft.
Tech Systems, and that's about it. Like.
Yeah, that's where the first place I played Flight Simulator.
The only thing I remember
Systems.
from Tech Systems is where you take a picture of your face, and then you take a picture of your partner's face, and you morph your face into your partner's face. That's all I retained from Tech Systems.
Early face swapping.
I used to, I got in trouble in that class because I would just sit there and read Game Informer, like not do any of my work.
You know what else? I remember we did this thing where it was like a red light would come on, and we'd try to react as fast as we could. And I was hella good at it.
It's like a Mario Party game. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this class even?
It was totally a fucking blow-off class.
Yeah,
like,
it was. But they took it so seriously.
They did.
Anyways, it's your turn, Brent.
Oh, okay. It's a good one. Nintendo gave fans another look at Pokemon Snap this week. In addition to announcing the game's release date, the company has shared a few more details about the title on its website, including its file size and how many Pokemon you'll be able to catch on film.
Ooh.
So how many, Brent?
Yeah, what's the number?
Hang on, let's see. We got the file size of the game is 6.8 gigabytes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So not like a huge game, but it's Pokemon. I don't expect
We got
it to
like
be.
a last gen size file for a game.
Well,
Not that it's not a problem. I'm
Super
just
Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury
it's
is
like
only
2 gigs or something.
What?
But I think it says you can catch over 200 Pokemon. So
That's what's up.
so yeah,
Catch
or not
or
catch,
capture?
capture on film.
Ah.
Yeah. So. But over 200, that's pretty good.
Gotta capture them all, dude.
I'm sure there'll be lots of content update for that too, to
Yeah.
add the other Pokemon.
I mean, the original Pokemon Snap felt like there was shitloads of Pokemon, and like there was
probably like 10.
There's only 150 out at the time. You know what I mean?
what if they
So
do
it's like,
region by region? That'd be dope.
See,
that would be neat. Like where you go through a region and see like, oh, that would be really neat.
I wish they would just do the first 150 and then just do DLC packs and add like over time, like get all of them in there. But obviously they can't do that. This is a Namco Bandai game. Like,
Really?
Yeah, it's not a Game Freak game, which is interesting because I've seen people like doing comparison shots of like how beautiful everything looks compared to like Sword and Shield. It's like completely unfair because Sword and Shield's a big RPG game,
And
so.
to be fair, this game has to kind of be beautiful because the whole idea of the game is photography. So you have to like have beautiful landscapes to take pictures of and stuff.
It's on rails. It's not like you're gonna be like existing in this world.
What if
I'm
it's
not gonna
though?
lie.
Ooh, what if it's got you walking through it?
It's on rails.
It's on rails. It's
Yeah,
got to
for
be.
sure.
I'll be
I didn't
kinda
watch
sad.
the videos.
Dude, I can't wait for this game. Like, this is the first Switch game, and like almost since I've got my Switch that I've just been like hyped as fuck about. Like, when this game comes out, I'm not doing shit except fucking playing Pokemon Snap until I've like 100% of that game. Like, I'm so excited. Like,
I'm just glad they didn't try to make it like modernized or whatever, where it's just like instead of Pokemon Snap, it's like Pokemon TikTok or something, where like you gotta like make TikTok videos with your Pokemon
you
and
better
stuff.
knock on wood or something.
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap Go. They could have easily implemented that into Go.
Pokemon Snapchat, like
Poke-
it could have been really bad.
Pokemon Leg Get It.
Yeah.
No. No. So
Pokemon Lit.
oh,
All right.
Didn't they have? Isn't there a cat named Litten, like in Pokemon now? Right? It's like a fire cat named Litten,
Publicizes
dude.
Blockbuster comes back just for this game.
Dude, that would be dope. Like they should do like a little pop-up Blockbuster, like just so you can go print out your shit. So Adam Bankhurst at IGN says Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive director Tomonobu Itagaki has formed a new studio, Itagaki Games, and said, quote, "It would be an honor for me to work with Microsoft again." Itagaki shared the news on Facebook and revealed that this announcement was supposed to be part of a recent Bloomberg article, but was omitted due to its character limit. He discussed how, for the past 4 years since leaving Devil's Third Valhalla Game Studios, which he co-founded, he's been teaching game development to a younger generation. However, he now feels that he wants to make a game again and just established a company for that purpose. He further explained that while Itagaki Games is not part of either Koei, Tecmo, or Valhalla Game Studios, he wouldn't be against working with Microsoft again. He said, "I know Microsoft is still aggressive." Itagaki said,
he's like, Microsoft, you got one of those deals you've been giving out to people?
He said, "They're still aggressive. If they reach out to me, it will be an honor for me." Multiple Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive titles under Itagaki were Xbox exclusives, so the established relationship is already there. Itagaki resigned from Tecmo in 2008 following the release of Ninja Gaiden 2 and filed a lawsuit against the company and its president Yoshimi Yasuda over unpaid bonuses. Sounds like he didn't leave with the proper, he didn't have a proper exit. I don't know if they're going to be so quick to work with him again, but it would be cool to get like an old school like Dead or Alive 3 feel, because the newest Dead or Alive was trash. It's just like I'm down for Itagaki to give us something similar to that.
When did the last Ninja Gaiden come out?
2008, like 2007ish around there.
I just when they did the third.
Oh, with him, I meant.
Yeah.
So put Ninja Gaiden 3, see if there is a third one. I don't remember there being a third one.
They haven't done one in a while. It would probably be really popular right now.
There
was Ninja Gaiden 3.
2012.
Wow.
You guys didn't play Ninja Gaiden 3?
I'm pretty sure I played that one.
Masato Kato.
It was tight, actually.
Was it?
Yeah, I played Ninja Gaiden 3 Sigma, I think.
Ooh.
It was like
I remember Ninja Gaiden Black or whatever. That one was hard as hell.
Yeah, they're all pretty hard. That's kind of like the thing. Okay, we've known since October that Hitman 3 is coming to Nintendo Switch via cloud streaming, but both Nintendo and developer IO Interactive have not yet mentioned a release date. That's changed right now.
Right now.
With official word that it will come right alongside the other platforms on January the 20th. You'll be able to creatively assassinate targets just like on the other systems.
Creatively assassinate.
So yeah, pretty cool. Apparently you can get Control also, I think. They're doing a bunch of these like high-end games that they're streaming through the fucking Switch now. So
yeah,
check that out.
I think that's the future of Switch, but we'll talk about that later. Anyways, Matt Purslow at IGN says a patent filed by Take-Two Interactive details a new Rockstar developed system for managing NPC navigation, with details explicitly referring to vehicle road routes and behavior. The patent application, entitled System and Method for Virtual Navigation in a Gaming Environment, was filed by Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two, in April 2019 and was recently discovered by Reddit users after it was published in October of last year. The system described within it was developed by Rockstar's lead AI programmer, Simon Parr, and David Hind, Rockstar's associate director of technology. This new system is designed to create, quote, a realistic virtual world that is not limited by hardware and software limitations, end quote, which is a response to conventional systems that are unable to produce the kind of NPC behaviors players expect within the limits of current processor and memory bandwidth. This is specifically in relation to traffic behavior. The patent details boats, cars, and drivers throughout. The system outlined would result in a more realistic and immersive simulation of traffic. Of particular note is that the system means, quote, each NPC can define its own specific characteristics for traversing the road nodes, end quote. These characteristics include understanding acceleration, braking time, and distances, top speeds, and cornering speeds. NPCs and AI systems would be able to use these characteristics to generate more lifelike drivers on the roads of a video game world. So that's pretty interesting.
That is interesting.
I guarantee they still swerve out in front of you.
Yeah, well, see, and that's the thing is like, so if it's going to be more realistic, then they'll probably all drive horribly.
I was about to say, you're going to implement this like AI and the fucking drivers in the games, and everybody's just going to be like slamming through the walls.
Texting and driving.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited to see this, like how this is implemented in future Rockstar games.
Yeah, even like games like Red Dead and stuff. If you think about like the horses and stuff, you could give them their own like little AI in the horse or something, kind of.
Well, you just give it to the guy riding the horse.
Yeah, I mean technically, but like it would feel like the horse has its own thought processes.
Oh
and
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, they wouldn't just like stay in your way. Like I feel like this is gonna change the way like open world driving games work, where they're not just like, oh, I'm just gonna let this guy plow right into me. Like they'll try and swerve out of the way and like not.
Yeah.
If somebody's pulling up behind you, just like honking really hard, like they'll get out of the way, not just like, oh, I'll just keep going like.
Or they'll try to block you off on purpose.
Yeah, that would actually be cool. It's like maybe this character feels a little heroic and wants to help the cops.
I wish some of the characters would just not sit there and take it. Like, I think sometimes you should like try to open the door and they should just speed the fuck off and run over your foot. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude, and Rockstar's the people to do it.
Sometimes they do take off.
They do take off, but it's more like.
I don't feel like I've ever like tried to steal a car in Grand Theft Auto 5 and like had somebody just burn off.
They'll pull you out of it.
I've pulled them out of the car and then they beat me up. Like, yeah,
they'll do that, but it would be interesting if you went up to go pull it and they locked the door or something.
Yeah.
Like,
and you had to like break the window or something.
Yeah, and they're trying to swerve off. Like, that'd be tight. See, like, if Rockstar will do it. I believe in them. Anyways, Brent, what you got?
Okay. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War's latest zombies map has been revealed. The map is called Firebase Z and will go live during Season 1 starting on February 4th, my birthday, as a freebie for all players. So there you go.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
It was recently free this past
weekend. It was a free weekend.
Yeah. We'll talk about it later.
Like, don't talk about the free weekends, bro. No, but Pat Purslow at IGN says PlayStation's new San Diego-based studio is working to quote-unquote expand upon existing franchises. According to the LinkedIn profile of the studio's former head, Michael Mombauer, Mombauer worked at PlayStation as studio head until November 2020. In the segment of his profile detailing his work with the new San Diego team, Mombauer writes, his latest achievement is having built a brand new all-star AAA action-adventure development team for PlayStation. Based in San Diego and utilizing proprietary engine technology, this team was assembled to expand upon existing franchises and craft all new stories for the next generation of gamers. So, just a little interesting thing.
Bro, if they're not talking quadruple A, I don't even
Yeah,
care.
that's what I was about to say. What are they doing over there? Like, Xbox has got a quadruple A team, dude, made of like, it's got like, the head of fucking like old Naughty Dog. They got Jesus over there. They got like
Master Chief himself.
Master Chief. They got like an AI, like literally like a mech that just like walks in and it's just like fucking.
Sony's got like two studios and somehow still just like
destroys the. they got fucking like Gandhi in there, like they
Microsoft Studios.
They can't find anything to beat PlayStation.
Like, what do we do? We've got Jesus here.
He's like, look, man, I'm all out of ideas.
Okay. It's the end of an era, at least formally. After having left the Halo series a decade ago to focus on Destiny, Bungie has now finally opted to close the Halo section of its website. When that happens, the stats and files you've accumulated across Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo 3 ODST and Halo Reach will be lost to time, unless you save them yourself.
Oh, no.
The Halo section of Bungie.net will officially be taken offline for good on February the 9th. So.
Not my flex points.
And some people probably really care about that.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure someone does. And I'm sure they're crying about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
freaking
they are.
Xbox Live.
You're probably not helping their tears right now.
None of the multiplayer servers are up for those games anymore, huh?
No,
I think you can play Master Chief Collection on all those, and there's some form of multiplayer. I think.
Yeah, you can play Master Chief Collection. It's talking about the OG Xbox.
Yeah, the
like,
OG
360 setup. They just ended the Xbox 360 Halo like multiplayer games. So like it's always been separate from the Master Chief Collection. So like you could play Halo 3 online on your 360 and it would be a completely different online than on the Master Chief Collection.
Gotcha.
But anyway, so Adele Anchors at IGN says new details and first look images have been released for the upcoming Mortal Kombat movie, which will debut in theaters and on HBO Max in April. Entertainment Weekly first offered fans a closer look at the R-rated movie, while WB Pictures has provided official photos, which features a cast of ferocious fighters, including Mehcad Brooks as Jax Briggs, Chin Han as Shang Tsung, Hiroyuki Sanada as Scorpion, Joe Taslim as Sub-Zero, Tadanobu Asano as Raiden, and Ludi Lin as Liu Kang, Cece Stringer as Melina. There's no way her name is spelled S-I-S-I. There's no way her name is actually Sissy Stringer. But anyways, as Melina, Josh Lawson as Kano, Jessica McNamee as Sonya Blade, Max Huang as Lung Lao Max, and Louis Tan as an all-new character. In the Mortal Kombat movie reboot, Tan will be portraying Cole Young, a washed-up MMA fighter who bears a birthmark in the shape of the Mortal Kombat symbol on his chest. This mysterious marking propels him onto a journey with Sonya Blade, who leads him to the temple of a thunderous elder god known as Lord Raiden, where he comes into contact. Or it's Raiden, my bad. Right? Is it Raiden or Raiden?
I've kind of always said it either way. I don't know.
Yeah,
interchangeable.
But
Jamal.
Yeah, same thing. Tomato. Comes into contact with a group of highly skilled fighters. Quote, when we first meet Cole, he's in a really bad spot, Tan told the outlet. He's down on his luck. He's kind of a washed-up MMA fighter who used to be a champion, who used to believe in himself, who used to have a lot of hope in his career, and it's all gone down the drain. It's a very interesting place for a hero to start, and I think that along the journey of Mortal Kombat and Cole discovering where he comes from, you're introduced to all these other iconic characters and elements that everybody loves so dearly. At the temple, Cole and the others will spend their time training for a high-stakes tournament to defeat the invading enemies from Outer World. Which I gotta say, if you can't win in MMA, what makes you think you're gonna win in Mortal Kombat?
Well, what if he got kicked out of MMA for killing someone because he didn't realize he had some powers or something? So
strong. That's true. It could be that.
It says he's washed up. I'm thinking he's like on a losing streak or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't wait to see them try to explain.
What's he gonna do?
Would they say a birthmark or a scar?
A birthmark.
Is he just gonna armbar Scorpion?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They're just gonna fucking fatality him. But it says
I can't wait to watch this though.
It says it will lead to plenty of fights and for the first time, fatalities. Director Simon McCoy jokingly told stunt coordinator Kyle Gardner to craft the best fight sequences ever done in a movie ever, which spawned some blood-splattered action scenes. Its amount of blood, its amount of red, its interpretation of how you go about it, McCoy explained, speaking about the execution of the fight scenes. We had a lot of discussions about getting the balance right, so there was gore and there was blood and there were fatalities, and there is gore, blood, and fatalities. There are some crazy fatalities, added Tan, who performed his own stunts on set. We've picked a couple of iconic ones. There's a lot of really cool signature moves that you'll see. A lot of Easter eggs that we snuck into the film, but there are some really badass fatalities that I can't wait to see on the big screen. They're brutal, man. They don't hold back.
They're brutal, man. It's gonna fuck you up, dog.
We got so many babalities in there, dude. No,
I better see someone get cross-sectioned.
Something crazy is gonna happen. But have you seen all the memes of like whenever they showed Jax, and then he looks just like Steve Harvey? Like people have been just like posting pictures of Steve Harvey instead. It's gonna be awesome though.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think MK11 will put old Cole in the game?
I hope so.
Dude, yeah, of course. And I'm glad this is HBO too. So like I got HBO Max, so I'll be able to watch it.
I don't even have to go to.
Oh, dude, can I come watch
it?
Can we do like a?
No, yeah, of course.
Is it having a theatrical release or is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think there will be a theatrical release, but like all of the Warner Brothers movies are gonna go straight to HBO Max as well, like day one. So that'll be dope.
Hell
in the future.
Yay. Anyways, what you got?
Okay. Investors and analysts are apparently feeling more confident about GameStop's future, as the company's share price rallied on the stock market this week after the retailer announced its holiday sales report and appointed 3 new members to its board of directors. As you can see in the chart below, I'm sorry, you can't see that because you're not reading this from where I pulled the article. GameStop's share price, but you got to just believe me. There's a chart there, and it's below.
Some bars and graphs.
GameStop's share price is surging up by more than 80% at one point on Wednesday to reach more than $36 per share. That's up dramatically from the end of 2019 when the company was trading about half of that. So... good news for GameStop, I guess. They're not just totally dead in the water right now.
Okay.
They're still dead.
The gaming industry absolutely fucking blew up. If GameStop couldn't have found a fucking way to increase their share revenue and whatnot, like
plus new consoles just came out. Like I'm sorry, but
No.
this is not a sign that they're doing all right. What's going to happen is in 3 months, they're going to be like, what happened? We lost everything again. It doesn't matter what you do during, like, right now. Like, I don't think the world's going to go back to normal till probably 2022. You know, like, where everybody feels comfortable being in small locations and, like, chilling.
Forgot about it.
Yeah, or forgot about it, whichever comes first, you know, but like, I just don't think that, you know, GameStop's going to be able to pull it, you know, like, I just don't see it happening. It doesn't make sense. Anyways, last little bit of news that I have here from Adam Bankhurst is at IGN. It says a Resident Evil showcase will take place on January 21st, 2021 at 2 p.m. PT, 5 p.m. ET. And we'll give a guided tour of Resident Evil Village, a new trailer, the first ever gameplay, and more Resident Evil news. So, just so you guys know, that's happening. It's going to be exciting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, I like that.
What if it's not, though? What if it's disappointing?
It's just really bad. Like, it's like 2D. Like, just, they don't even, like, put any effort into it.
Okay. Well, let's see. I got a couple of them, so I'm just going to blast through these last 3 right quick.
Mm-hmm.
NVIDIA has announced another of the 30 series graphics cards. We've got the
3065.
right. It's the 3060 now, just the plain Jane, normal bagel 3060. But what's weird about the RTX 3060 versus the RTX 3060 Ti is the Ti has 8 gigabytes of VRAM. The 3060 has 12 gigabytes of VRAM.
But it's probably less powerful.
It's a little bit less powerful. No, it's GDDR6, which is the standard all the way up to the 3080. But when they have a different one on the 3080, but the 3070, the 3060, and the 3060 Ti all use GDDR6.
So what's the difference here?
I think the difference is like less CUDA cores or something like that.
Oh, of course, those CUDA cores.
CUDA cores.
But dude, I'd almost rather get the 3060 with 12 gigabytes of VRAM. You know what I mean? That's a big difference. I don't know.
There's got to be a reason why. It says Forbes expects the RTX 3060 to be in between the RTX 2060 and 2070 in terms of raw performance, but with markedly improved ray tracing. The card is about 20% less powerful than the 3060 Ti. Has 10 times the performance of the GTX 1060 and twice the performance of the RTX 2060. So it's still less powerful.
Yeah, I mean, on paper for sure. I mean, like,
did they give a price with it?
Yeah, so the 3060 is $329 or something.
What?
For the Founders Edition. I don't know.
Oh yeah, for an extra $70, you might as well go
get
for the Ti.
Yeah. But still, you have options. The 30 series family is expanding, and if you want a good mid-range card, I mean, this isn't a bad option. You know what I mean?
Or you know, they could start producing more of the other cards that nobody can fucking get. Maybe increase the availability.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, my next article of news is basically. Okay, I'll spare you the whole article, but basically, everybody's getting fucked on the graphics cards. Like, I'm gonna read you the article actually because I can't explain it as well as the article can. Early this year, a waiver protecting GPU manufacturers from additional tariffs in the ongoing trade war with China has lapsed. Asus recently announced plans to increase GPU prices as a result, and now Vega and Zotac are following suit. So basically everywhere but the Founders Edition for all of these graphics cards is getting more expensive. Vega has added a note on its website making customers aware of the price hike, stating that it has attempted to minimize the impact to consumers. This includes honoring the price of pre-orders that have already been processed. Vega has increased the prices of all RTX 30 series GPUs from the 3060 to the 3090. Surprisingly, the increase is relatively standard across the board, with each card now retailing for only $70 more than before.
Still a lot.
It is a lot. But if you go over to the Zotac side of the fence, they're like fucking. They're doing like 90 to 100 on almost all their cards. And then RTX 3090 has its price increased by $350.
Damn!
Yeah.
Bringing it to what? Like, what is that now?
1900 apparently. So that's Zotac's fucking thing. Zotac was already fucking with the 3090s with their version of it. But anyways, basically the prices are going up on these because of the China trade tariff thing. So it's, if you haven't already got one, it's just getting more expensive. Yeah, right?
Hey man, well maybe if they'd stop using slave labor in China and start working here in the Americas, then we wouldn't have that issue. You wouldn't have to worry about the tariffs, bro.
That's true.
But no, they don't want to pay anybody.
Anyways, so everybody's getting fucked on those. That's all there is to it, I guess. Let's see what else we got here. Take-Two Interactive, the parent company of Rockstar Games and 2K Games, has officially withdrawn its intention to acquire the racing game studio Codemasters.
Wait, didn't we talk about this? What happened with this?
We talked about their intention to buy Codemasters. Now they have officially withdrawn their intention to buy Codemasters.
Who was going to buy them again?
Take-Two.
Take-Two. Okay, yeah.
So I guess EA can go buy them now if they want.
I don't know why Take-Two was...
They made a big deal about it,
Yeah.
Made a big hubbub.
What is... hold on. Take-Two Interactive.
It's the parent company for Rockstar, so they...
Yeah. Why would Rockstar want Codemasters? Also,
maybe they're going to do Midnight Club or something. I don't know.
And why does EA want them? EA has so many racing franchises. Like, we don't need more racing franchises from EA.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, weird thing. They must be sitting on like some gold mine of an idea that they know about, and they're just like, we want that IP. You know what I'm saying? That they haven't put out yet or something.
Not only are there so many like racing franchises already on EA, but there's so many developers that are capable of making a good racing game.
Yeah,
in the EA infrastructure. You know what I mean? It's like you don't need to get these guys. I don't know. That's stupid.
Also, just in general, I feel like that's like the most like if you're just going for arcade racer and not like crazy sim game. Like, basically, any developer could just make a simple arcade racing game, and it'd be fun. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You don't need, like...
Pick up an indie, yeah.
Yeah, it's like... You don't need, like, the Nicktoons racing game is probably... like, we gotta have this. I don't know. Anyways, is that all the news you got?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, so we're going to jump on over to this week's releases. So I'm going to let you guys know which brand new games you can get in the next 7 days. Starting with Terratopia, coming to Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and PC on January 20th. Couldn't find a price for this game, but rid the land of evil invaders and rescue your friends in this colorful 3D action brawler. Okay?
Mm-hmm. All right.
Then we have Hitman 3 coming to Xbox One, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, PS5, Stadia, and PC on January 20th for $59.99. Hitman 3 is the dramatic conclusion to the World of Assassination trilogy. Agent 47 returns as a ruthless professional for the most important contracts of his entire career on this globe-trotting adventure to sprawling sandbox locations.
Man, I really want Hitman 3, but it's like... I don't know if I should buy it on PlayStation, because I refuse to play it anyway other than in VR, but I don't know if I should buy it on PlayStation and play it now in VR or wait until hopefully they put it out in PC in VR, you know what I mean?
You might as well just get on PlayStation, because you're going to be waiting a long time for that.
I'm worried they'll do it like Resident Evil and just never, or fucking, what's that other game, the jet game that was in VR? Ace Combat, yeah. Ace Combat never got a PC release either, and apparently it was awesome. So,
yeah, you might as well just go back to PlayStation for a little bit. I mean, it's just one last game.
Yeah,
give it one last go.
One last go. I've heard good things about it. So.
Good 10 frames per second. Now,
super screen door effect.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even care.
You like put it on your head, explodes.
I can deal with it being a little bit like blurry or something if it's fucking Hitman in VR. I'm down.
And then we got Red Out Space Assault coming to Switch, Xbox One, and PS4 on January 21st. Couldn't find a price for this game. Red Out Space Assault puts you in control of a super orbital recon fighter during the colonization, outsmart, outmaneuver, overpower, outclass your opponent. What? they just kind of forgot what they were talking about.
The
they had a stroke halfway through writing that.
Yeah, or I guess just the colonization was a thing. Like, I guess that's a noun. Like, I guess that's not a verb in this sentence. But anyways, as for the gameplay, outsmart, outmaneuver, overpower, outclass your opponents in lightning-fast, adrenaline-inducing space combat.
That looks kind of cool.
And then we have Shing, which is SHING exclamation point. It's coming to Xbox One and Switch on January 21st for $19.99. Experience the most exciting and immersive beat-em-up combat system ever. Become a kick-ass ninja and slice some demons in style in Shing, Shing, Shing. And then we have Ride 4 coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S on January 21st for $49.99. Get ready to break the boundaries between game and reality. Ride 4, the complete motorcycle racing simulator, brings the challenge to a whole new level of realism. Then we have...
I felt like that was alluding to VR, but it wasn't.
Nope.
And I was kind of disappointed.
That would be tight, the VR, like, motorcycle sim game. And then we got Her Love in the Force coming to Switch on January 21st.
Oh, man, I'm going to have to really be specific with this search.
Yeah, it sounds like it's like a dating sim or something.
The Forest or the Force?
In the Force. The Force.
Her Love in the Force.
It says, join the Public Safety Police Academy and dive into a world of men. Whoa. In pursuit of your dreams of becoming a detective, your supervisor encourages you to enter the Public Safety Police Academy. There's definitely a dating sim.
Dream.
That's everything I've been waiting for.
But it's if you want like a detective daddy.
Gonna go find
Dream Detective
Detective
Daddy.
Senpai.
Yeah, dude, I'm in. I'm in. But so then we got Skull, SKUL, the Hero Slayer, coming to PC on January 21st for $19.99. Skull, the Hero Slayer, is an action platformer that boasts roguelike features such as ever-changing and challenging maps. It will keep you on your toes, as you will never know what to expect.
Okay.
So nothing to do with slaying heroes? Like,
No. Don't expect that. And then we have Utaware Ramona.
Oh, I was actually really spot on until Google autofilled it.
Prelude to the Fallen, coming to PC on January 22nd for $41.99. Based on the hit anime series Utawaramano. Prelude to the Fallen is the first chapter of a tale years in the making. When neighboring
and you're saying PlayStation doesn't have the JRPGs? No, I'm just kidding.
When neighboring nations begin to encroach on the homeland of a man taken in by a tribe of beast folk, he rises up against the tyrannical invaders. Oh, I guess.
Getting a furry vibe from
this. Speaking of which, Bladed Fury coming to
shit.
Switch.
Bladed furry?
Yeah. Coming to Switch and PS4 on January 22nd for $9.99. Bladed Fury is a 2D fantasy action game on Chinese history and mythology with a dash of surrealism in the mix.
Do you think it's allowed in China?
They have an unlockable character.
Do you think the game's allowed in China?
Probably, as long as
not.
the unlockable character isn't Winnie the Pooh. And then we have Cyber Shadow coming to Switch on January 26th for $14.99. Slash through the armies of mechanical fiends to free your clan and discover what's happened during your rather long hibernation. Then we have
Really say you're rather long.
Yeah, that's what it says. And then we have Encodya, which is Encodya, coming to PC, Mac, and Linux on January 26th. Couldn't find a price, but In the cyberpunk point-and-click adventure game Encodia, Tina and Sam 53 will explore the streets of Neo-Berlin, solve challenging puzzles, and meet strange beings in a story that will show them the true meaning of being alive.
It's actually a cyberpunk spinoff.
Yeah, I'm down for a cyberpunk point-and-click. That sounds interesting. I don't like the fact that it's Neo-Berlin. Like, they didn't really try.
It says Neo-Berlin, but then there's like Asian architecture.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's
it's Little
Neo,
China
dude.
and Neo-Berlin.
It's new, bro.
You know?
And then we got Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy Remastered coming to PS4.
Oh, God.
January 26th for
Fahrenheit.
F-A-H. It's like Fahrenheit. R-E-N. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. What is
Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy Remastered.
You can just type Indigo Prophecy.
Yeah. And it's coming to PS4, which is weird. Why are you going to remaster it for PS4?
How much are they going to remaster it, you know?
Well, it's coming January 26th for $9.99. Guilt is a chilling feeling. This newly remastered edition of the breakthrough in interactive narrative features updated graphics, adjusted control features, and uncut/uncensored content.
Do you think they gave him eyeballs?
Yeah, no, not in the new one. The new one, they had to keep it realistic. No, but and then we have Stronghold, Warlords.
Wait, does he just not have eyes?
I don't know. Brent knows this game pretty well.
He's just got his eyes closed, I think, in that picture.
It looks like he's been punched a lot in those eyes. So anyway, Stronghold Warlords is coming to PC on January 26th. Couldn't find a price, but besiege great Khans, Imperial Warlords, and Shogun commanders in Stronghold Warlords. An entry in Firefly Studios' classic Castle Sim real-time strategy series. And then we have Atelier Riza 2 Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy coming to PS5, Switch, PS4, and PC on January 26th for $59.99. In Atelier Riza 2 Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy, Riza makes her her triumphant return as the protagonist in an all-new adventure. Okay.
All right.
Looks very JRPG.
Yeah, it does. It looks just like Dragon Quest.
Atelier.
and then we have Project Winter coming to Xbox One on January 26th for $19.99. And Project Winter, Betray Your Friends in this 8-person multiplayer survival play based on social deception and survival.
Oh, like Among Us or something,
I
kind
was
of?
about to say social distancing.
Yeah, as a survivor amongst a group of strangers, you will have to collect resources, battle the elements, and complete a series of tasks in order to call in one of several rescue vehicles. But how do you betray your friends?
I don't get where the betrayal element comes in there, but
eat your friends to stay alive.
maybe one of you is like the thing.
Yeah, I just want to betray my friends.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm all about that. That's my life goal. When you guys least expect it, get ready for betrayal.
Good to know.
I'll see it coming. I'm pretty omnipotent.
No, Devin's always watching. Like, damn you, Devin! He like stops my betrayal. Anyways, so that's it for this week's releases. So go grab those exciting games, except for Hitman. Hitman 3 is actually pretty exciting. That one I'm not being ironic about.
Yeah.
And then we got currently playing. Brent, you want to go first? Devin, you want to go first? Who wants to go first?
I want to go first
Okay.
because I've been playing something that I never in a million years thought would have been any kind of good.
What is he?
So for Forza Horizon 4, which is a great game.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah. They have a battle royale in it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the
How does that
Lego
work?
DLC
So,
for some reason.
Is it like Twisted Metal?
So my thoughts exactly. I was like, how the fuck is this going to work? So I played a match, and it is the funnest shit I've played in a racing game.
What does it do?
So it throws you in a bunch and like up to 50-something racers on their giant-ass map, and it's, sections it down, and you can drive up to a player, and whether they want to or not, or if they want to as well, you challenge them. Like you run up and you challenge. You start off with a level 1 car. Sorry, let me preface this. You start with a really shitty car that you can upgrade either by finding random little spots on the map that'll have a car upgrade, or you can race someone. But you have to actually catch up to them and challenge them by honking at them. And then y'all are both in an impromptu race, and whoever wins eliminates the other one, and then can upgrade their car or take their car.
That's actually kind of cool.
It's badass, and I've been so addicted to it. Like on like a Warzone level. And then on top of that, it also, if you play Forza at all, like it is super rewarding. So I've unlocked a shit ton of cars and stuff and gotten like 1 million credits playing it.
Is it crossplay?
I don't know.
Because I'd get that on my Series X and play it with you, but I don't want to download that
I'll look
on
it
my
up,
PC.
but yeah, like I never in a million years would have thought a racing battle royale would have been any kind of cool, but it is a lot of fun, especially with a huge map. Because I mean, you get into like if somebody comes up, even when you got a shitty car and you're just trying to like run from them, and then they catch you and challenge you, then you're hauling ass through trees and fields and towns and shit. Like,
so does it shrink down? Does the map shrink?
Yeah. So so I didn't finish. So so all the preliminary rounds of like map shrinking, people can challenge each other. But then when it gets down to the last circle, it'll do like the head-to-head ends, and they do a final race.
Like 5 people or something?
It'll be like like 12. I think there's like 12. It's just however many are left. It can
based on how cool your car is.
And so the more you like race in the prelims, the better your car is.
Yeah, you can
for
upgrade
that final
it.
race.
Yeah, or you can get super, which I got lucky once, and I found a level 10 car in the wild.
Oh.
But that hasn't happened in the 20 other matches that
so
I
it's
played.
kind of like a looter too. Like you're driving around looking for better cars and stuff.
Or if you're still level 1, you are just frantically trying to run from people, and it'll show you on the map where other cars are, like within I think like a 500 yard radius. It'll show like a little pin first, but then if they get on your mini map, it'll show them. So you
That's
can
cool.
you can actively run from other players if you have a shitty car, or you can actively chase people if you have a good car.
Oh, I'm sold. That sounds fun.
It's pretty creative. I'm surprised that's not more popular. Like,
I think it just started in Forza, but it's so much fun, and there's a bunch of different cars. It goes all the way up to level 10, and I've gotten to the point now where I get an upgrade, and if you just chase people and race them, like it could be some bots thrown in, but yeah, people are pretty shitty, and yeah. So
that sounds like a lot of fun.
And it's all the impromptu races are randomized, and then even the final showdown is it doesn't show you where it's going to be, and you and a bunch of cars are just driving around in a circle, and it's
it does have crossplay. I'll get it on Xbox.
Dude, hell yes, let's play that.
That'd be fun. Would that be something good to stream?
Yeah, I'm down.
It's really cool. And then, I mean, on the Series X, it's going to look gorgeous because on my PC, it is so crispy. The cars look real as fuck. I love it. You can also get the Cyberpunk car in there.
Seeing that. I don't know. Like, Forza Horizon has never looked real to me. Like, even on with really good graphics, it has like a very weird, like almost like cartoony look to it. Like, no matter how real it looks, it's like the design like almost has like a weird. Like the outline of it. I don't know how to explain it.
I don't know, man. Forza Horizon looks really good to me. Like
it looks good. I'm just talking about like the like it's like almost like they style it in a way that doesn't look real.
I think the colors look a little saturated, but like
maybe that's what it is.
I feel like the graphics are pretty close to photorealistic in a lot of areas.
You might just have to adjust your TV settings because on my Samsung 4K at 60, it is like and I've got it running at ultra. Like I turned all the settings up. And it is the car, like the surrounding textures are a little but
maybe that's what it is. It's like the world.
Yeah, the car itself is so fucking real looking, and even when you get like little droplets of water and stuff on the car, it's just the reflections and whatnot. It's a really good looking game. At least as far as the cars.
I think it might have something to do with the color saturation because it does have that like Rage 2 like bright neon look almost to everything.
That's what it is.
You know what I mean?
That's what I meant by it. It's like they almost go for like a comic book look, and it like it throws everything off for me. Like on the realism part, I don't have a problem with the game. The game's awesome, but I've always wondered whenever people are like, "This is the standard for like the graphics and the way it looks," because it's always just it hasn't looked real to me. And I guess what Brent's talking about is why.
Well, if you want realism, you need to go with the real Forza series, not the Horizon. Games, because the Horizon games lose a little bit of fidelity with their open world. You know what I mean?
And that's what I was saying with the surrounding textures look a little meh, but on my end, like the car is. I always catch
even
myself
the surrounding textures look good to me. Like, I'm all about that game. The particle effects are really cool with like the confetti and shit, and like the fucking just the world itself is like dope looking to me. Like I don't know.
Does it have ray tracing, dude?
No, I don't think so.
Can you imagine?
Negative.
I can't imagine.
I guarantee the next installment will.
Yeah.
But there's a whole lot to do around, like Forza or Horizon itself. Like, there's so much to do.
I like the season changes that they do in Horizon 4, especially.
They do up-to-date cars. Like the C8 Corvette is already in there. A bunch of stuff like that. Other than that, though, just been playing. Tried to play Warzone, but I'm kind of falling off of it, honestly.
Yeah, dude, the DMR is just trash,
Well,
bro.
the DMR is out now, but it's still just like,
Getting tired of it?
Yeah, I always get in spurts where I play a shit ton, and then I just kind of die off on it.
I was on like an 8-month, like, you
were going hard on it for a long time.
The pandemic started, and we never saw Jamal again.
Yeah, I just kind of fallen off, like, recently. Just because the DMR screwed me over. Like, after the DMR kind of fucked everything, I just got away from it for like a couple weeks, and now I just don't want to go back that much, like.
Well, the DMR is fixed. There's still a little bit of people using it, but not that much.
Yeah.
But the game modes, they'll get updated today, but the game modes this past week sucked.
Really?
Yeah, it was just Resurgence squads, Rebirth solo, and then the normal shit.
Gotcha. What else? So that's all you've been playing is those two?
No, there was something else, but I can't for the life of me remember. So
was it VR? I saw you were online. Like, I got online the other day in my Oculus, and it was like Devondres was online.
Oh yeah, me and my brother Tay, we were playing some Beat Saber. So
that's always fun.
Always a good time. He is stupid good at that game.
I'm not good at that game.
He's beaten the entire all the tracks that come originally with it.
He beat the campaign mode. That shit is hard, dude.
I don't know about the campaign, but he went through all the albums. He beat every single album on hard. And he's like halfway through beating it all on Expert now or some shit.
That's hard shit.
It is so fast. We tried it on Expert Plus. We tried a song on Expert Plus, and I looked like, I'm sure on the outside, it looked like I was having a seizure trying to swing my lightsabers.
See, my thing is, like, when I first started playing Beat Saber, I got too into the, like, lightsaber part of it, and I was trying to look cool and do, like, cool, like, lightsaber cuts like I was a Jedi or something. But I realized the trick to Beat Saber is not pretending you're a Jedi, but pretending you're, like, a drummer and, like, barely moving your wrists. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I've had to resort to too, because before I was doing like full arm cuts.
Yeah, it's more fun that way. It feels
like
cooler.
An hour, but I was sucking, and then after like an hour, I was like, oh my god, my arms.
Yeah, it's a good workout that way for sure.
All right, so Brent, what you been playing?
So I got on that Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies free weekend, and I've been playing a lot of that.
Is it fun?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I always loved the Black Ops zombies and like World at War zombies. When Treyarch's in charge of the zombies, I'm like all about it,
Yeah.
And this is no different. I feel like it's a little different because they got like health bars over the zombies and shit now, which feels a little jarring at first, but you can turn it off if you really want to. But like,
yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's a little weird, but like the actual gameplay is a lot of fun. I mean, it feels just as good as any of the other zombies maps. And I did mostly solo. I did a couple of games with like online, but like mostly I'm on solo because I just want to like explore the map and experiment by myself without pissing anybody off. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I wish I had somebody to play like split screen with on it, because I think that would be the ultimate way to play it.
It's the classic way, dude. Actually, I mean, I'd be down if it was free, but it's no longer free this weekend.
It's free until the 21st, so.
Dude.
So
well, how long does it?
Tomorrow?
How many gigs though? Is it?
It's only like 23 gigs or something.
Oh, really? Yeah,
but
dude.
That's if you don't download the high textures or whatever. Like you can download the zombies portion for 23 gigs, and then if you want the high fidelity texture pack for 4K or whatever, it's like an extra 50 something gigs on top of that. But it doesn't look that much different, honestly, once you download the high fidelity texture pack or whatever.
We should download that and just like play it. I mean, it sucks that it would end, but like
we can still have some fun with it for a day or two. You know what I mean?
It'd be fun.
So I can't download anything for the rest of this month.
Why?
Oh damn! You hit your cap.
So I upgraded to Gigabit, and I downloaded my entire Steam library all the games I didn't have downloaded to my external hard drive. And then I got a notification from Xfinity like, whoa there, bud, like you're at 90% of your data. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I've never gotten this notification. And so I go into their app and I'm at 1 terabyte of data.
Damn,
bro.
And that was like, most of that was this past week of download all my Steam games.
Damn, that sucks.
So you can't do shit.
I can't stream. I can't. No, nothing.
Like wait, who is this through? Suddenly?
No, it's
Xfinity. They give me a 1.2 cap unless I pay like $25 extra for the unlimited.
If you hit your cap, I don't think they're gonna like completely cut your internet off.
It
like,
is
it's
no,
just
they
like
don't. But it's overage charges, and it's $10 every 50 gigs.
Oh really? See, Suddenlink just like slows your internet down to like a shitty, like horrible speed, but they let you keep like doing internet stuff. It's just like really, really crappy.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of on data arrest right now.
Damn, that sucks. Yeah. Well, at least you got your games all downloaded. Play some single player shit, you know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I just had to add that.
What else, Brent?
Oh, yeah. So I played that a lot, and I've also been playing Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines.
How's that going?
It's pretty good. So like, I basically got this a long time ago because they announced the sequel, and I was like, okay, a lot of people are kind of excited about this, even though I've never like heard of this game or anything, you know. So I was like, I'll pick it up. But basically, what it feels like is like if somebody, okay. And I mean this in the most positive way, but it's like if somebody took Cyberpunk 2077 and they got in a time machine and they went back in time and they grabbed the Shenmue team and then they went forward in time and they grabbed a PS3 and they like gave it to the Shenmue team after letting them play Cyberpunk for like 20 hours and they're like recreate that game on this PS3 with only the knowledge you know about the Dreamcast, but also make it about vampires. That's what the game feels like.
How the hell? Where does the Dreamcast come into play?
Because something about the game feels like a fucking Dreamcast game. It feels like Shenmue a little bit. Like, it really does. I don't know why. It feels like Shenmue and Cyberpunk mixed together.
Is that a third person?
It's
game?
Third and first person. It's weird. You can toggle back and forth, like, at your leisure. You know what I mean? Some activities in the game are better in first person, like shooting a gun, and some activities are better in third person, like punching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But like, it's this big ass game. First of all, there's like, as far as I can tell, there's like 5 locations, and I've only been to 2 of them, and each location is about as big as like the city in Shenmue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you go to these locations, and you go through this, like, open-ish world, and you do, like, it's like Fallout style almost. Like, you run into these NPCs, and they give you quests, and you go do vampire-type quests, and you get your vampire powers. It's really cool. It's, like, a fun game, but it's, like, super, super buggy. Like, like, you'll get, like, stuck on stuff all the time, you'll blow up a box and like a piece of the box will fall on your foot and you'll just be stuck in the floor for like you're trying to like turn and jump until you like get out of that situation, you know. It's one of those with like those Fallout type glitches where you're like just get stuck clipped through a wall or something a lot. I don't know. Wow. But it's also really, really good for what it is. You know what I mean? Like it's an older game.
For the time.
I think it came out on like PS3 or something. Definitely at the earliest, because it's not a great looking game. You know what I mean?
Isn't the sequel supposed to be an Xbox game?
I don't
or something
know,
like that?
To be honest with you. I don't know.
Or PC and Xbox?
I can tell you this, like, people should be hyped about the sequel. Like, if it's anywhere near as good as the first game, it's going to be, like, the game, like, that people are going to want to play. Like, the first game is really, really cool. Like, there's a lot to it. You can pick, like, different types of vampires. There's a lot of, like, lore involved with the vampires and like a good storytelling, and like the combat's a little weird and janky, like I don't know, but overall I would say it's a really solid game, and I'll probably beat it hopefully eventually in the next week or 2. So
nice.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing. It's also really like sexual for an old game. Like it's like Fallout 3 graphics but like worse. And it's like everything in the game is like a cyberpunk level of sexuality about it. You know what I mean? Like it's really weird. Like the game has strong cyberpunk vibes. Like I don't know, but also strong Shenmue vibes. Like I know I keep saying that, but like if you play it, you'll get it. You'll be like, oh.
Lots of pushing boxes around and stuff. No, but so I've been currently playing Apex Legends still. I've been on that a little bit. Kind of jumped onto ranked with Breezy the other day. Just seeing how I'd fare in some ranked. I'm not the greatest at Apex, but I'm getting the hang of it. I started, I can't say I've played it, but I've started Path of Exile. Why? I don't know.
What is Path of Exile?
Your friends talked you into it.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, I was talking in the Discord chat. Yeah.
What is it?
It's like if you took Diablo and then like gave it steroids, and like it's a free to play game, but like literally the paths that you can choose like for character building is just so in depth that like my brain can't even comprehend it. Like there's like a map that shows, you know how like in most games like it shows like you can go left and choose this thing and it'll give you 10% on your health, or you can go left and it'll give you the 20% on this or whatever, so like if you zoom out on that map, it literally looks like a map of the universe, like just a spider web and with little drops on it, like, and that's like each of those drops, and you can choose whichever path you want to take and do whatever. Ooh. Like, and it just goes, it's split so much, and it starts with like a class, like you can choose to be a witch or a marauder or whatever, and then from there you can choose each of those things, and it has all this. I'm just like, dude, I can't do this. Like,
and if you die, you lose all your stuff, right?
The way that they have us playing, we're playing on hardcore, so so you can it's called ritual hardcore, so you can be building a character for 70 hours, and then if you die, it's gone for.
Hell no, dude.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this is just a bad idea. So
I think your friends just like stressed. They were talking about a lot of the other games that they play, and I'm like, what do y'all like large stake games like that? And I was like, no.
Oh yeah, like whenever I played The Forest with them, they like modded it and put it like on day 200 with like all the crazy shit. Like, they're like, we're gonna survive out here, and I'm like, dude, fuck this game. So that, and then been playing Minecraft Dungeons some more, and then
that's always fun.
Oh yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with that. That's like it's me and my girlfriend play it like, like as like we're chilling, and it's getting to the point to where the levels are like, it's taking like 30 minutes to an hour to beat. Like they're getting that long because we try to explore every part of the map, before we leave the level. And at first it was like, it would be like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So we'd knock out like three dungeons per night. Now it's taken like, we can only do like one. Like by the end of it, we're like, oh my God, there's the end. We're going to get out of here, but we're having fun with it. Yeah, dude, I hate it. I love it, but I hate it. It's like a love-hate relationship with the game that we have. But by the time we get to the end of it, we don't even care about the loot we gain. We're like, just fucking turn this shit off, But then we jump right back in the next night.
My girlfriend's nephew had his birthday this week, and I actually got him Minecraft Dungeons for like his birthday present. I feel
he'll love it, dude.
Oh, dude, he did. He was freaking out. He was like all hyped about it.
Like, oh shit! Yeah, but yeah, it's really fun. And then. Like that game, it has just enough character building and customization that like I enjoy it. Like there's such thing as too much for me, but like this is just perfect. And then Battlefield 1, I downloaded that, but it's
you should have hit me up. I'm all about that game.
It's on Series X, which there's no crossplay, so I have to, and I'm not paying $50 to get it on.
Is it Series X enhanced?
Yes,
Oh,
I
cool.
think yeah.
It's a good-looking game.
It looks beautiful, but I've been having a lot of fun playing Operations just like online by myself. Like even though it's not like I can't play with.
That's the story mode, or
no? It's the like basically the online multiplayer thing where it's like there's the defensive and then there's the offensive.
You move through the whole.
Yeah, there's like sectors, and then so like it'll be so there'll be like A, B, and C in this sector, and then like it's Battlefront, but for Battlefield, it's literally Battlefront, but World War I.
Oh yeah,
yeah. No, it's in Battlefield 4 too. I'm trying to think of it. It started with an R, I think, right?
It says Operations is a new thing to Battlefield. Like whenever you play it on there, it's like Operations is a new gameplay mode for Battlefield, or whatever. It literally says it in the description. But so basically, like you'll have the offensive will start, and they have 200 or like 250 respawns.
Oh, like Battlefield. Or Battlefront. Oh,
yes.
like classic Battlefront.
Classic Battlefront.
That's
and then
cool.
they push on the defensive, so there will be A, B, and C forts or whatever, or like locations that they hold down. And then they push through, and if they get A, B, and C, you get pushed back a sector. and then there's A, B, or A, B, and C there, and then they get pushed back to sector.
Rush.
And there's like
they have that same thing in Star Wars Battlefront too. Yeah.
Well, and that's just like Rush in Battlefield 4.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I was Rush.
But it's like you have like a shit ton of players. I don't even know how to tell you how many players are
cool.
going through. But you're put in a squad, like whether you're on defensive or offensive, a squad of like 4 or 5 players, and then it builds out to make like 45 or however many players.
That's tight.
And then so that it's fun, and like you can choose to be a scout, a medic, or whatever, and you just run through and do all this.
I just play classic style. I do the one where there's like 5 or 6 like
Conquest.
objective, and you like go and try to like capture as many as you can. And
Or dominant.
Nah, dude, you need to play operations, bro.
Well, see, I have trouble finding a game on any other game mode on PC for some reason. I don't know if it's the server I'm on or what, but like
on Xbox, it's quick,
it's
dude.
popping.
Yeah, it's constantly popping.
Oh, I downloaded Battlefield 4.
Maybe I should re-download that at some point. Dude. I still have one downloaded. I wouldn't mind just having them both downloaded. Although if I had to download another one, it'd probably be Battlefield 5.
Yeah, it only gets further away from. The problem with first-person shooters, I feel like, is like if you go 2 like games back, then you're gonna like lose something. You know what I'm saying? It's like with Call of Duty, like they always like. It feels a little bit fresher the closer you get to the most recent game.
Battlefield 1 still feels
Cold
really
War.
fresh.
Yeah, except Cold
But
War.
I will say this, Battlefield 4 still looks really good.
Yeah,
like I
still
played
holds
it
up.
relatively recently, like the campaign a little bit, and it looked pretty good.
It's funny because Battlefield 4 has like 28 gigs, and then Battlefield 1 is like 50 to 60 or something like that. It's crazy how
Battlefield
the gigs
1
get
is like
smaller.
crazy good looking, dude. The textures in Battlefield 1 are awesome, man. Like the level design and stuff. Everything about Battlefield 1 is like eye candy to me.
Except
like
the guns.
Even the
dude,
guns.
I love the
I think
guns.
the guns
I
look
hated
great.
the guns in Battlefield 1.
The trench guns, and I love unlocking new guns and stuff and putting like scopes on them and stuff.
See, I don't do scopes. I do sniper class, but I don't do a scope. I just have like a bolt action with no scope, and I fuck people up, dude.
See, I just felt like the guns were extremely inaccurate. I couldn't hit shit to save my life in Battlefield 1.
Some of it is a little
It depends on the
inaccurate,
gun. You got to get the right gun for you.
Yeah, but I also love that in operations, like the classes matter. So like I'll like spawn inside of a tank as a support, and I'll just like as they're like taking hits, I'll hop out and just start like cranking on the machine like while they're trying to hold down like the flag to make sure it becomes like ours or whatever. It's just fun doing
I like
all that.
spawning in tanks. That's one of my favorites. I love when you're in a tank with like 6 people
and
you're all just mowing everybody down from every side. Like,
and I love like being a medic sometimes, and I'll just like run in and just throw health at people, and I'll just start like bringing them back when they get knocked down.
I'm either a medic or a scout, like 99% of the time. And when I'm the medic, I like play the role, dude. I go around reviving people, like there's shit blowing up, and I'm like stabbing them with the needle. Like,
well, it gives you incentive to do so. Like if you're playing as a medic, your kills are like it's like you get just as much for reviving somebody as you would for killing somebody.
Some of the medic guns are pretty good too, like the single action or the like,
shotguns,
the guns that are like the M1 Grand kind of.
Oh yeah, not the shotgun. That's for the who gets the shotgun? Yeah, assault. I think. Which I feel like the assault should get LMGs, not the support. But
medic might have access to shotguns too. Some of them have like crossover between the classes if you like pay for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you still kill people with the revives like you could the paddles?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Battlefield 4, as a medic, you could go around and shock people to death with the defibs.
That's
the revives in this game is just a shot. So, like, I don't know if it would kill him.
Dude, one thing I found out while I was playing Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies thing that just came out, you can, in the new Zombies, sorry, this is random, but it reminded me of that. In the new Zombies, you can create your own class, and, like, you pick a gun to start with. So, like, you don't just start with a pistol like the old Zombies. Like, you can, like, pick the gun you want to start with. And, like, if you start with the knife in Zombies, you can, like, one-hit stab zombies until, like, round 10 with it and get, like, shitloads of extra points. Like, that's my recommendation for the Black Ops Zombies.
Seems kind of cheating.
It is. It's super cheap. I was doing it online, and everybody was like, damn, he didn't even have a gun. He's just been, like, for 10 rounds, he's just been stabbing zombies. Anyway, sorry.
Well, that's what we've been currently playing. If you want to let us know what you've been playing, you can drop it in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast, or drop it in the comments below, and we will, talk with you about it.
Come play with us.
Yeah.
Even better.
Or play with us.
Come and play with us.
I know what you're playing.
Yeah. So Devin's just in their house. So topic of the show this week. That's where we're going. We're going topic of the show. Topic of the show is recent video game leaks and rumors.
Wow.
So, yeah, we're going to talk about some interesting stuff that's been hearsay as well as supposed leaks. Thearsay. Yeah. So we got this list of stuff, and we're just going to kind of run through it. Brent, you want to start us off with something here?
Yeah, I guess I'll start at the top of our little list of things. So I guess I'll just read the headline and then we'll kind of talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the first one is that GTA 6 reportedly has a female protagonist.
Correct.
No.
Yeah, it's like I feel like this makes it.
Wow, the virtue signaling.
No. If you go into it, if you go into the article, it actually says that you have the option to pick a female character or a male character. So my first thing on this is that I'm seeing some cyberpunk influence here.
Yeah.
You get to pick, but I want to know how this affects story.
Well, that's the question. So, okay, is it you have the option to become a female or a male character, or is it like Grand Theft Auto 5 where we have multiple main characters that you switch between? You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking.
That would be kind of cool if you had like a girl and a guy that were both central characters of the story, and you were forced to like play as them both, like Grand Theft Auto 5. I really like what Grand Theft Auto 5 did with having 3 like memorable main characters. Like it made the story like pacing feel good and like put you in different settings in the world. I don't know.
Kept it fresh.
Yeah.
And I like how it wasn't cliche. Like I feel like Trevor was just like out of out of left fucking field.
Out of the fold.
But also Trevor's setting really changed up the pace of the game. Like it puts you in the desert instead of being in the big city where you've been the whole game, changed up the whole dynamic of everything. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean same with Michael. Michael is like very strange and like like all the characters in that game just don't really like they're not what you would expect.
Yeah. I think that's what made it all so great,
and I think they should go like with like if they do a female like as one of the main characters and do the whole thing where you can jump out a body and go to the other one, they should make her the most cliche gangster character ever.
Like Trevor basically for GTA 6, just a chick like
well no not like psychopathic but like gangster. Like I'm talking like she's just a hood rat. Like I feel like they should just make her over the top like just like be rad like
what if they took the route they could go complete opposite of that and do some like ditzy housewife that just gets caught up in some GTA shit.
That would be tight.
Well, you know what I was thinking, like, okay, imagine if it's like the cartel leader's wife or something, and like he dies or something, and somehow she's like thrust into the position of power in the cartel, or
she's like oh no,
or the cartel's coming to kill her or something now, like some kind of reason why there's like I don't know.
That would be tight. Or give her some Kill Bill level like
badassery.
Like a Kill Bill character. That would be cool.
Yeah. So that's an interesting little rumor there. I think it'd be cool to see. And then picking up on some GTA 6 rumors, we also have this over here saying that GTA 5 coming to PS5 and Xbox Series X may be using Red Dead Redemption 2's Refine Rage engine. So but if you look further into it, this rumor / leak claims that it might just be for the user interface. So it's not it's not that exciting. But
to be honest with you though, like I wouldn't expect anything to be coming from Rockstar that wouldn't be using whatever engine Red Dead 2 used. I mean, like, it was gorgeous. I mean, probably the best looking game ever made. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you want to just use that?
It would be beautiful. Imagine GTA 5 just thrown into the Red Dead Redemption 2, like just graphics wise.
That's what I'm saying, man. I think we have to have at least that. People expect that at this point from the next Grand Theft Auto game. If it's not like
no. This is saying for GTA 5. This isn't for GTA 6. They're saying moving GTA 5 or porting it to Series X and PS5 that it was going to be thrown into that engine.
Okay, I have to reevaluate my whole thought process.
I mean, I really think they should.
Yeah, why not?
Because
maybe it'd be a lot of work.
They've already done 2 console releases without doing shit different on from PS3 or 360 to last gen. You know, if they make this move from last gen to current or to new gen and don't do anything except like a little bit of a graphics polish or this and that, like,
yeah,
I don't know. I think that's a bullshit money grab in my opinion.
I don't think, but to redo the game in a new engine,
I
would
just
be
don't think it's possible.
A massive undertaking.
Yeah,
like
especially GTA 6 coming.
It doesn't seem practical. I don't think this will happen.
Yeah, at the same
You know
time,
what I
I
mean?
completely agree with that
Yeah.
statement too.
I mean, look at how many times they've put, Elder Scrolls, Skyrim on something, and it's been exactly the same game. They couldn't keep it up, bro.
We're going to see an announcement tomorrow, GTA 5 on Alexa.
Right.
Devin, you want to read one of these? Get up in there.
Yes, I will. Okay, so we just... Hold on, I got to get back to that page. So, next, we have Switch Pro information reportedly data mined. Includes OLED screen and 4K support.
Right.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe this,
We briefly touched on this last week or the week before.
Yes.
Yeah.
So apparently this is it was data mined by a prolific data miner who is known as Scry's M, and it was on the Reset Era thread. It contains info regarding the new console's display, battery life, and dock, and that the console has a code name even called Aula. Aula. Yeah, Aula. Yeah, 4K within the new dock. So, it's not going to have 4K out of the dock, but this is the kind of stuff that we were talking about before, that it would make sense if the dock just kind of enhanced it.
Yeah, like a better dock,
What's the screen on the... it's a 720 or a 1080 right now?
Not even. It's like
720.
Is it?
Oh, it was lower than a 720.
Handheld 720, 1080 whenever you dock it.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be 1080 handheld and then the 4K dock.
But I don't think it's like native, it's just, it looks bad. No matter what, maybe it's the fact that I'm just so used to seeing 4K
You're
goodness
spoiled
now.
by that
Yeah.
Series X, dude,
But it's also running super, low frames.
No, it does look bad
Low
docked,
texture.
especially.
Low texture. It's not good.
I think the OLED screen is going to be nice in handheld mode. I feel like the blacks aren't very black on your Switch. You know what I
No.
mean? I
it's
think
almost gray.
when you're playing games like Doom and stuff, I think you're going to notice a big difference with the OLED screen. You know what I mean?
The Quest 2 would have been OLED.
Right?
Yeah.
Me too, honestly.
On a random note, sorry.
Apparently, the new console will have substantially better battery life and cooling as well. So that's just another little thing thrown in there. But this
Better
one
battery
seems
life
realistic.
would be cool. Yeah, I expect an enhanced Switch at this point, especially at this point in the Switch's just life in general. It's about time.
Yeah, and I think it's coming 2021. I think it's gonna be pretty dope. Pretty
Holiday
dope.
2021.
Pretty dope.
I bet you it comes in the next 4 months. I bet you we see it around April or something.
You
That's
heard it
just
here
my
first,
guess.
folks.
That's my guess. That's me just putting
This
it
is
out
Game
into the world.
Game
Yeah.
speaking things into existence.
So,
Yeah.
okay, this next bit of
Good things this time by Pie Messiah.
Yeah. No curses.
No curses. Sorry.
It's okay. This next thing, I feel like we're going to get answers to on Thursday. So, probably the day after this all goes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we haven't got a real release date for Resident Evil 8 yet, have we?
No.
Okay, well, this leak is claiming that it's going to come out in April, and they're also claiming that we're going to get a lot of other stuff. Here, let me see. Following a recent ransomware attack on Capcom's internal systems by Ragnar Locker groups of hackers, some of the alleged 1 terabyte of data has been leaked to 4chan after Capcom apparently refused to meet their demands. While these leaks always have been taken with a pinch of salt, blah, 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 the headline attraction is probably the Resident Evil Village release date. We already know it's coming next year. Well, this was written at the end of last year. But the leak narrows it down to late April, which is not far off at all. So that'd be kind of crazy if on Thursday they're like, yo, it's coming out in a couple months. You know what I mean? It looks like you might be able to get your hands on a slice before. However, as a demo will appear first though PS5 players will get to play it before everyone else. So apparently there should be a demo also. Let's see. It looks like Village is supposed to launch with a separate online element codenamed Dominion, just like they did with Resident Evil 3 Remake. So we'll see if that is true or not. And apparently there have been mentions of a VR version of Resident Evil 4 that will be an Oculus exclusive. So, lots of crazy stuff to unpack here in the Resident Evil world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. The whole idea of like just vampires and werewolves though is kind of exciting to me. I'm down for this.
I think it's gonna be fun. I don't think it's gonna feel like a traditional Resident Evil game.
I mean, the 7 didn't really feel like a traditional.
To me, it did. It felt a lot like the other Resident Evil game, like the early Resident Evil games, just because you're in the setting where you're working your way through. Like Resident Evil 1 and 2 specifically felt like 7 to me, because like it's a lot of like fighting small groups of enemies.
But I just
are
mean
more
the
intimidating.
enemies.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Specifically, like they had like the weird mud things, like.
So like Resident Evil like 4 through 6, I feel like you're fighting like big waves of enemies and like tons of groups of enemies, like not tons of groups, but like big groups of enemies at once. You know what I mean? Whereas like 1, 2, and 3, you get these like condensed, like in 1, you'll have like 3 dogs bust in, and they'll be like super hard to kill, and they'll kill you really fast. But there's only like 3 of them, and you have to deal with them accordingly. You know what I mean? I feel like you get that same kind of vibe with 7, where you have like 3 goo monsters coming at you, and like you fucking, they're backing you into a corner, and you have to like, figure your way out around them, or just like, kill them all and hope they drop ammo.
How did they get so far from zombies?
But see, okay, 7.
Like how are we at werewolves and vampires?
That's the thing. 7 isn't that far from zombies. We weren't that far from zombies until
8.
now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like how
which somehow, connecting to 7. This is supposed to be somehow the same guy from 7 running into the dude from 4.
Right. This is like a direct follow-up to 7. You're playing the same character,
which feels 100% less anime than 4, but like somehow they're gonna have, you know what I'm saying? Like something about Resident Evil has always had this anime feel to it,
Yeah.
And then like whenever the stylization of the characters, 7 just goes all the way like we're American now, like like, and then suddenly you have this whole like anime looking styled character coming into this American looking like character world. Like I don't know how to explain it.
I think they really wanted to convey that like American like swampland kind of vibe in this game. You know what I mean? Like the setting was a big part of 7. You know what I mean? And I think the big part of the setting was like that American like Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and even some Paranormal Activity feel to it.
Totally.
Like all that stuff. But dude, I'm excited for this. Like these leaks and rumors or whatever just get me excited for the announcements that are coming in like 2 days.
Yeah, totally. I feel like what you're talking about with 4 and like 7 having totally different vibes. I feel like 4 and 8 kind of have the same vibe just from the trailer with like the grays and like colors and stuff. Even though it's like a totally like we got vampires and werewolves and shit, like the color scheme and like the feel of from what I've seen of the trailer of 8 really reminds me a lot of like the setting of Spain in 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, though. But what I'm really excited about, obviously, is going to be the fucking VR Resident Evil 4. You know what I mean? Like, are we going to get a game where we're, like, in VR, like, from a first-person perspective? Are we going to be, like, looking over the shoulder in VR? Like, how is this going to work?
I just don't think it's coming to VR. I think that's a complete, like...
I had a dream
last night. I had a dream last night that the announcements happened, and they were like, "It's coming to PSVR and it's coming to Oculus Quest or whatever too." And I was like, "No way!" And then I woke up and I was like, "Oh yeah, no way." That's not happening.
Dude, it's got to happen.
I'd be very excited.
This is the one leak I want to be true more than any of the other leaks.
For sure. So the next leak, though, is about these supposed future or 2021 Nintendo titles and release windows, as well as beyond 2021. But these, as you hear them, you'll start to realize this guy is probably talking out his ass. So for the first half of 2021,
what did the one article say? Take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, we're gonna take it with a literal like
just one grain of salt.
Yeah, like, is it the smaller the salt is the less credible, or is it the bigger the salt?
I've never heard a pinch. I've always heard take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
I say take it with a mountain of salt. So we have first,
I think the less salt, the better, right?
Yeah. Okay. So the more salt, you're gonna need all the seasoning in the world.
Yeah.
Like, first half of 2021, we're getting the new Pokemon Snap in spring, which anybody could have assumed that. Okay. Pokemon Collection is coming February. Whatever the fuck that means.
I bet that's the Platinum remake.
No, because that's later.
Oh, okay.
So this guy claims that all the Pokemon Collection. So I'm guessing he means for like the online like Game Boy.
It could be a game called Pokemon Collection. Maybe it's a mobile game or something that we don't know.
What if it's just a bunch of?
But that's February. That's next month. He's saying this is going to happen next month.
Maybe they'll drop it in a direct, like a Pokemon direct. Like, this game is playable right now. You know what I mean?
What if it's just a collection of the old RPGs, like in their original format? No remastering or nothing.
That's what I was saying. Maybe it's just going to be for the online thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the collection is coming to Nintendo Online. That's my guess. But then it says Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel is going to be here by April. But hold on, check it out. He covers his ass if it's not delayed. And then, okay.
That's real, though. I mean.
Yeah, I don't think that's coming in April. There was never a window for that game.
No, I mean, I'm not saying, like, it's real, like, but, I mean, I'm expecting Breath of the Wild 2 to just get pushed back further.
Oh, yeah, for
you
10 years.
I mean? Yeah.
No, and then we have Metroid 2D, which it has never been announced, has never been a thing. He said, if not more delays, it's already finished. It's coming first half of 2021. Then he says a new IP that has not been announced yet will also drop in the first half of 2021.
And I'm not going to specify what it is.
Yeah. Fire Emblem Remake is coming spring or in summer.
Hey, that technically could have been the Fire Emblem game we just got, actually. You know what I mean? If you think about it.
It wasn't remade, though.
It was kind of, because it was originally in Japanese only, and, like, now we got an English Americanized version of it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it could be. But did that come out in 2021? He's saying 2021.
I don't know.
That was 2020.
Was it?
Yes.
It was either the end of 2020
That
or
was
like,
2020.
Okay.
For sure. That was definitely
when
last year.
When did he write this, though? You know? Like,
this
Nintendo's
was like
timetable could have changed a little bit.
2014.
He's just Nostradamus.
This, it says, hold on. It says a Nintendo insider potentially leaks some of the biggest video games that are in development for the Nintendo Switch in 2021. It says the potential leak comes from Twitter user PH Brazil, who has accurately leaked some Nintendo news in the past. While not explicitly stating anything, PH Brazil has shared an image representing 4 Nintendo franchises with the caption Feliz 2021. Okay, so this is basically, let's see. He basically showed, oh man. So Splatoon, so a new Splatoon game, Metroid, and Fire Emblem. It seems a bit early for Splatoon 3, so maybe Nintendo has an expansion plan for Splatoon 2. Then again, Nintendo's support for Splatoon 2 has died down considerably, so it doesn't make any sense. And then a rumored 2D Metroid game. But so these were actually about 60 days ago. These rumors. So hold on, let me get further into this. So we have second half of 2021. Okay. He's saying Bayonetta 3.
Okay, I believe that.
That's obvious. Yeah, Zelda Collection.
He always starts it out with an obvious one to get you on his side.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I know what I'm talking about. So the Zelda Collection.
Okay, I can. Okay, maybe.
Also an online thing, maybe.
Probably like the N64 games bundled or something.
Yeah. And then he says Zelda Wii U ports.
See, okay.
What Zelda Wii U games were there? There wasn't any. There was literally just the remakes. There was just the port of Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and then Breath of the Wild, which wasn't a port. It was just a shittier version of the Switch one.
Yeah.
So that just makes no sense at all.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, he's lost me completely there.
Yeah, and then he says Kirby. Like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Then Donkey Kong Country 6. What does that mean?
Okay, this is bullshit.
Yeah,
He's completely lost me.
But then he says Pokemon Gen 4 Remakes, which is pretty obvious that is coming. But this was 60 days ago. So 60 days ago, I don't think the Pokemon Gen 4 remakes were very sure. And then unsure, he claims WarioWare, mostly finished. Style Boutique, whatever that means, already finished. Captain Toad sequel. Now, he goes beyond the second half, saying Pokemon Let's Go sequel, Detective Pikachu sequel,
Why would they make
Wario
a
Land.
Let's Go sequel? And like, what game? Like, Let's Go 1 was like a remake of Pokemon Yellow. So like,
Yeah.
what would Let's Go 2 even be like?
I don't know. This is 2022. He doesn't even have to care because by then we'll all forget about this. Then new Pikmin game may be shown in 2021. Zelda Oracle's remake, Paper Mario remake, Advance Wars may be shown in 2021. Metroid Prime Collection, Metroid Prime 4, and a Camelot game. It could be another Mario sports game, is what he says.
Yeah, that's fake as hell. Dude.
Yeah, the first comment says, 0 credibility. This is fake for sure. Somebody put, trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro.
Yeah, this is off of Reddit 60 days ago. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, I thought that was a really interesting
that is really
set
interesting.
of leaks there.
It gets me excited, even though I know like 90% of that's just total bullshit. Like,
oh yeah, Devin, what's this one? This was the one you put in here, so you go ahead and drop that info.
No, this was you.
Yeah,
but, Fallout New Vegas 2 is in the works, according to Industry Insider.
ooh.
Yeah.
Don't play with my emotions like this.
I mean, they would be kind of fools not to do this, just especially now that it's like a thing, like legally that they could do.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
why
Like,
not?
Yeah.
But there's no way they've been working on it before this like get together. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah, I mean, is in the works could just be like pre-production talks. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you know.
So let's see. It says Obsidian currently has its handful with a few other projects, of course. Okay, so I want to see where it says. It says, with Obsidian and the Fallout license back under the same roof, it seems getting a sequel going after all these years would be a no-brainer. So it says, apparently, despite all of the stuff that they're already working on, it sounds as if Fallout New Vegas 2 is in the works. It says this comes via leaker and industry insider Tyler McVicker, formerly of the Valve News Network. McVicker has been a proven source on all things Valve for a long time now, even leaking the existence of a Half-Life prequel years before Half-Life Alyx was announced. In a video game announcing his new channel and plans for the future, as he steps away from the Valve News Network, McVicker teased some of the projects he's been hearing about. So do you see this part on here, Devin? Yeah, is that a way you can read it? Because you're the one that was reading this one.
No, McVicker doesn't say anything about Fallout New Vegas 2. Other than that, he has information on it. So there's no telling how far along in development the game might be, or if Obsidian is even the studio working on the project. Given that the Microsoft ZeniMax deal isn't really officially over the line yet, whatever McVicker has heard could have been nothing more than
very early talks. Yeah. Okay. So but he also was talking about the Legend of Zelda's 35th anniversary plans, a bunch of other Bethesda and Microsoft games. But obviously, Vegas 2 is a big deal. This guy who has a lot of proven, leaks. It's kind of exciting that it kind of makes me feel nice and warm about it,
He does seem like a credible source.
Yes, especially if he predicted Half-Life Alyx way before it was a thing. You know what I'm saying? But very, very interesting. Okay. Brent, what you got here?
All right, let's see what we got here. Okay.
Also, hold on, wait a second. Could Fallout New Vegas... I'd never beat Fallout New Vegas. Spoiler alert for everyone. Is it possible for a sequel to Fallout New Vegas?
Yeah, but you'd have to kind of pick an ending and stick with that as the canon. You
kind of like pulling a KOTOR situation where it's like
you could set it in several years later or something and just pretend none of the events from the first game really mattered that much. I mean, really all the culmination of New Vegas's story ends up with this battle for the fucking dam or whatever, and one of your the faction you choose ends up getting it, you know what I mean, obviously.
So they would have to decide which faction, canonically gets it?
I mean, basically, the most important things about New Vegas's story, if you said it as an actual sequel to New Vegas, would be, what you did with Mr. House, you know what I mean? and what you did with Caesar's Legion, I think.
Well, okay, New Vegas was the in-between of Fallout 3. It was like the right after Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Using the same engine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that they should do a New Vegas 2 necessarily. I think that they should do exactly what they did with New Vegas and
with Fallout 4.
Yeah, take Fallout 4 and just do their own thing with a new story.
Obsidian.
Yeah.
But on that level of New Vegas. I don't think a sequel to New Vegas would be.
That would be cool.
100% agree.
Now, do an official remaster of New Vegas. I'd be, and then still put out.
But they kind of did that with
story.
the mods, right? Or like if the mods gave it like there's like a whole modded out.
I'm
Fallout
sure there's
New
mods
Vegas,
you can
like,
get, but it
yeah,
wouldn't
but
be
I'm saying
the
like
same.
on an official, like we're seeing with all the other remasters and shit going on.
I think technically Devin's right. Like it would be a better game if they did if Obsidian just took the reins again and did their own thing in the Fallout engine. But at the same time, there's so many people specifically calling for New Vegas 2 that this would be a cash grab. Okay, they know that if they brand a game as New Vegas 2, it's gonna sell like hotcakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can make a dope game still. You just have to maybe make it a prequel. So you don't have to worry about the events of Fallout.
I see a lot of room for disappointment on that, though. Fuck ton of room.
For sure.
And that's why I'm saying, I do not think, because New Vegas was New Vegas, and it did so incredibly well, and I saw something in that article we were just looking at saying, a decade later, it's still one of the top RPGs. Or played.
Yeah.
And there's too much room for disappointment, and and then death threats, leads to.
I think there's a lot of room. I don't know. I think
could be cyberpunk, dude.
I think if you put out an even somewhat acceptable Fallout game, people are gonna love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, Brent. What do we got?
So this one is definitely bullshit, but I'm going to go ahead and lay it on you guys.
Okay.
Grand Theft Auto 6, release date, platforms, and everything you need to know about GTA 6.
No,
this comes from
horseshit.
the reputable website Pocket Lint.
From the Pocket Lint website.
So what's the date?
Facebook article, Did you find this?
Hang on, here we go. Starting with possible release dates, it's worth giving you a bit of background. While GTA 5 released in 2030, okay, blah, blah, blah. Hang on, let me find the real thing.
Yeah, we don't need to know when GTA 5 came out.
Okay.
It was a
Facebook
long ass time ago.
According to this leaker guy, they started work on GTA 6 in 2014.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've probably been working on it for a long ass time.
Okay.
Let's see. It says, okay. That's logic applied to a recent leak, purportedly from playtester who's been in contact with GTA 6 during development. That source, which remains uncorroborated, suggests that Rockstar is aiming for a 2021 release date. Now that we're into 2021, we're not hugely confident about that, though. That would mean that Rockstar really announcing
So did
and
he give
releasing
a
the game
date
within
or
year.
not?
No, not really.
Well, see, I'm calling even bigger bullshit on that because first and foremost, let me preface this with that. Rockstar, when have we ever gotten a solid leak on Rockstar? Never. I cannot remember.
I feel like never.
Yeah, they are so hush hush with, or at least with their last 3 big releases. They've been so hush hush on the date, and even details until they officially release.
If this shit is based on the leaks, it's gonna be based in Houston. You know what I'm saying?
How long has it been since
to finish that point, more so over the second point to that was that they're doing the GTA 5 re-release on next gen. So I guarantee we for sure don't see it this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, let's look at how long it took between the announcement of Red Dead 2 and the release of Red Dead 2, and same with Grand Theft Auto 5. I'd like to know that. Can you look that up, Devin?
It was it was pretty short.
I want to know the turnaround. When did they announce it, and then versus when they released it? You know what I mean? Because I feel like they're probably gonna want to either
announcement. Yeah.
They're gonna either announce it and then drop it really soon after, to capitalize on the hype of the announcement.
Just put announcement.
Yeah.
Or they're going to announce it and then build hype for a year.
They teased it on October 16th, 2016, and then before the initial announcement on October 18th, and then it came out
2018.
2018.
So 2 years?
Yeah. I guess that was just...
It was delayed twice. First to Q1 of 2018, and then later it came out to on October 26, 2018. So yeah, it was almost exactly 2 years since it was announced.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
we're not getting any kind of grand
no.
I don't think so. I think we might get a tease for it, like we kind of already did with that weird like Easter egg thing.
I'm still
And
not
we won't
considering
see it
that
for
a
a while.
tease.
I don't think
That was
legit.
definitely legit, dude. It looked exactly like a 6. Come on, and
Why
Roman
would
numeral
they-
6, and it was like a random location on GPS. Like, why would they put the coordinates to a spot that literally is the exact Roman numerals of a 6? Come on.
I don't know.
You think they were just like, oh shit, we accidentally
I
did
think
that?
you're reading into it a little
I think
much.
it's pure happenstance.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking crazy. There's no
I'm
way.
just saying, man.
Like, there's no way like Rockstar accidentally does that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man.
Like, hey, put these random map coordinates on this teaser that we're putting out for an online thing that we there's already a bunch of hype about GTA 6. To put these coordinates here, whenever people go to it on the maps, it'll show a literal 6. It's like,
I feel like they wouldn't do any kind of like purposeful teasing of the game unless they knew that the game was like close to finished. You know what I mean?
they teased it, then 2 years later it came out.
Yeah, but I think at that point they thought legitimately that the game would be done by 2017.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it also doesn't mean that it doesn't have to come out this year just because, that they're doing a port over to GTA 5 because...
Well, yeah, I'm sure that's not as much.
But I'm sure they have some off team working on the port. It's not like the main like GTA 6 team that's going to be porting GTA 5 to the Series X and the PS5.
And I'm sure it's not as much of an effort as you'd think, like to just optimize it for the Series X and PS5 or whatever. You know what I mean?
They just go in, they press a couple buttons. They type in a couple of words here and there in C++, and there we are. We got a brand new. Up-resed GTA 5,
I get that it's probably more complicated than that, but but at the same time, I really bet it's not that,
They just do a control copy, and then they...
Well, to defend Brent on that, look at it from, you have a 1080, we have a 2060.
Yeah.
Our
It
computers
works.
can't run it. Yeah, it can't run it the same, but it's a different graphical setting. So I don't think it'd be that hard.
No. But I just like the idea of them like they contract some guy to control C, control V the entire game, like line by line. It's just a highlight
the whole game.
And it works. Like, why didn't we just do this before?
They go in and just rebrand everything.
But then they go down to the bottom and they put
Series X.
they put dot Series X,
Yeah.
and then they go to the part where it says resolution and they just up it. Like they just type in
Just a bunch of
4K.
sliders and title changes.
Yeah.
RTX on.
Yeah.
No.
Ray tracing. Yes.
The same leak claims that GTA 6 will take place in Vice City. So
A lot of people have claimed that shit. But
well,
also
it's a thought. It makes sense if you think about it because 4 took place in Liberty City, 5 took place in Los Santos. So if we're gonna revisit one of the other older Grand Theft Autos, the only places we haven't really gone are like England.
Wait, did it take place in Los Santos?
But if we're going off,
GTA 5 is Los Santos, which is the same place as San Andreas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it did. Wow, I didn't even think about that.
What?
But it's not San Andreas, though.
But it is.
No,
you can go to
Los
CJ's
Santos.
house, dude.
Yeah,
you
you
can
can go to the
literally go to
same
Grove
cul-de-sac,
Street
yeah.
and shit. Like
Oh,
fucking.
why does it not feel as cool though? Why GTA 5 is great, but why does it not feel as great as
you don't have
San
gangster-ass
Andreas?
music playing in the background the whole time.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just not the.
And
I don't
CJ
know.
yelling at everybody.
It's like maybe it's the graphics are so much better, like compared to San Andreas, that it just feels like a different place. I don't know how to explain it, but I never felt like it was the same city.
No, it's almost
I feel like there are areas that kind of have that same vibe, but then with 5, there's like more
There's so much
diversity
expansion.
and shit.
Yeah.
And expansion too, because the desert wasn't near that big.
No, and it's funny because in San Andreas it felt so massive and mysterious with all the like. It's like, dude, we'll never find Leatherface, or like we were always looking for like these like hidden things. And then in GTA 5, like the most hidden thing was like, oh, there's aliens, but it wasn't even hidden. It was kind of like they obviously hinted at it. You know what I'm saying?
I wish they would have put like a more like of a Vegas type area in the base game in 5. That's the one
Instead
thing.
of the online stuff.
That would
Yeah.
have been so cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
I mean, I like the casino they
Well,
eventually added, which was cool. But like, San Andreas had that whole like Vegas type area with like the Sphinx and shit that you could go see.
I never got to that part, but I did go over there, and I always get chased by jets.
Yeah, you spawn a jet and like
Yeah.
fly over there, and like, oh, I wish
But,
I could unlock that part of the game.
I think it's going to be in butt-fucked Egypt, if we're going off of Jamal's teaser with the 6 in the road, because it's in like what, Georgia or some shit?
Yeah, some weird.
It's in the middle of. It's like in the middle of the Appalachian.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did Vice City. I
or
also
Houston, because
Dude, Houston would be
people kept claiming
badass.
that Rockstar was going and like taking pictures of Houston and stuff like that. And I don't mean real life Houston. I mean based on Houston, kind of like how Los Santos is based on Los Angeles, right?
Angeles, yeah.
Yeah, like how like they're all based on real
And there's,
cities.
like, vague.
Yeah,
stuff,
vague
yeah.
things like that'd be tight if they based it on Houston,
What
like,
if they
or
did-
southern areas.
that would be tight. What if they did like a crew type thing where you could go like to like a tiny version of like all of America basically and just drive from one end of the country to the other? You know what I mean?
That would be cool. I think that'd be too intense for a
Yeah.
GTA.
I mean, they've been working on it since like 2014 apparently. So
I say they do Houston, and then they just like throw in a bunch of like South like influence. You have people just driving in their slabs, and then like
That would be
great.
great.
You just got like all the old school like rap from Houston playing.
I think it'd be cool if they like cross section like
Zeros in it.
Louisiana.
Zero.
Like if they had like part of Texas and part of Louisiana and like did that like area as
Yeah.
like so you could like cross the border, because like you look at Red Dead 2, you kind of got like a little bit of Mexico, and you got like
Yeah.
Texas kind of represented, and all these like little states kind of represented in their map. You know what I mean? You can
Yeah.
like, I don't know, I like that idea.
But those are
Yes.
real world
Yes,
places.
what if we're thinking?
But they're not though. Like they're like fictionalized versions of real world places. You know what I mean? Like
What if we're thinking
don't-
too small?
That's
we're-
what I'm saying.
We're just talking city here.
What if it's
That's
Grand Theft Auto
the whole
Moon?
Texas.
Oh, okay.
I
Grand
just
Theft
said the whole of United States. What are you talking
That's
about?
what he was saying.
Oh,
He
I
was saying the whole-
completely missed.
I'm
was
saying.
looking at-
Hold on. We're going to space.
Sorry, while you were talking about that, I was
Oh,
googling.
shit.
Grand Theft Auto universe, dude.
Well, yeah, my bad. While you were talking about that, I was googling the Rockstar taking pictures of Houston. I could not find anything.
Okay, so next rumor. Battlefield 6 may be heavily influenced by Battlefield 3, industry insider Tom Henderson claims.
What the hell is that supposed to mean, man?
Well, in a recent YouTube video, Henderson summarizes all of the details they claim to know so far about the next Battlefield game, speculating that it will either be called Battlefield 6 or simply Battlefield. Henderson says the next title is heavily influenced by Battlefield 3 and will be somewhat of a soft reboot. As pointed out in the video, Henderson has made the same claim in the past on Twitter, alleging that Battlefield 6 will return to its modern-day setting on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X, as well as PS4 and Xbox One. While the suggestion is made that it will be a soft reboot, Henderson addresses rumors doing the rounds about a full Battlefield 3 remaster, saying that there is no concrete evidence to suggest that that part is true. Previously, the industry insider also said that Battlefield 6 will feature 128 player maps. Going into more detail about this side of the game, Henderson says the maps have been designed with around 128 players in mind, but adds that this doesn't necessarily mean 128 players will be playing in every single game mode. Instead, he was told, quote, I was told there will be standard 32v32 modes. However, for players that want a lot more players to fight against, then they should expect some higher player modes will be coming to the game.
It's gonna be like Planet
Yes.
Side, dude. Fucking
Yeah.
I'm so ready. I want Battlefield to make a modern return.
Yeah, that'd be interesting for them to go modern, because they went World War I, then World War II, right? With
Yeah.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be
if I was
stupid
aware.
not to go modern at this point, honestly.
Yeah.
Or they could throw us for a loop and do, what was it, Battlefield 2040?
1942.
No, it was the future one.
There was a future one?
Like slightly future.
Wait,
like,
that's a thing?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Right?
Are you just making up a dope-ass game right now?
Hold on.
You're thinking of Warhammer 14. Just kidding. No. Oh, maybe. No, that was a
2042.
film.
This is a thing?
It's a 2006 first-person shooter.
Yeah, it's old, but
it's real though.
Yeah.
Wait, can you bring up the Wikipedia page, please?
Yeah. Click. It's right there. It's right there in front of you.
My bad. I didn't see it.
Come on, Jamie.
God damn it. I'm not good at my job.
Click the wiki there.
Okay,
they got
freaking mechs. Dude, this looks tight.
And actually, like, a lot of people were fans of it, like, because that was before Battlefield hit the mainstream.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
They should.
What? I gotta play this.
Yeah, that looks really tight.
Dude, this is the OG Titanfall. Hold up.
Yeah, I didn't even know this was a thing.
This looks sick. What?
Oh, there's classes.
That would be so tight if they returned to this. I would I would eat this up. Like,
they're Titans. The Titan mode involves players from
they're
opposing teams. Is to destroy the other team's Titan while trying to defend their
Titans.
own.
What?
That's Team Titan.
Dude, that looks tight. I would love a modern version of that.
I don't think that's going to happen, though. I do think it will just go straight back to modern warfare.
Like, okay, one of these should do a future thing. I know that Call of Duty tried to do it with...
it was horrible.
Yeah, but Call of Duty...
Advanced warfare
it
or
would
whatever.
be more fun with Battlefield because of the vehicles and stuff, like futuristic vehicles. It'd almost be like a Halo type thing.
I was about to say, why not just play Halo?
Because you want
Halo
that like
doesn't
militaristic and like the realisticnness of it, like how the guns feel and stuff.
They would definitely take a realism approach on it.
Yeah.
This could be really cool.
What is that?
Sorry, I'm hyped now.
Okay. Next one, Devin. You're on the next rumor here.
That literally looks like Titanfall. That screenshot. Sorry, I was
2142 Archives.
Okay, so rumor: Silent Hill PS5 exclusive reveal date leaked. This comes from Game Rant too, so it's not a completely uncredible source. A new rumor making the rounds online claims to reveal exactly when the previously leaked Silent Hill PS5 exclusive will be revealed.
I like how the game was leaked and then never officially revealed, but then also the release date has been leaked now on that leaked information.
It got leaked of the announcement of it.
It's never been officially announced that they're working on a Silent Hill game.
Yeah, for months rumors have been swirling that Sony and Konami have been collaborating on Silent Hill PS5 exclusive game. The rumors have stemmed from proven, reliable sources who have said that the game is still set to be revealed by the end of 2020. Well,
yeah. So he's claiming just so we can jump straight to it that it's going to be announced at the Game Awards as a world premiere in 2021.
Oh, okay. I was like, the Game Awards already happened.
A whole ass year.
No, or at least that's what I'm.
That's like
I'm
forever
getting out of
from
this.
now.
Yeah. He's at the Game Awards. This is an old. This is an old rumor. This is okay. My bad. He Devin out here throwing out these old leaks. Yeah. So this guy claimed it was going to be at the 2020 Game Awards.
Oh man,
and did not happen.
Might be y'all.
No, it's all good. Hey man, that's what leaks are for, though.
I still hope we get Silent Hill like for the new gen.
Yeah.
I hope it's as terrifying as Silent Hills, though, and I just can't imagine that.
Yeah. Brent, skip the San Diego team thing. We already talked about that in the news.
All right. Yeah. Let's see.
And the reason why I mentioned that is because it wasn't a leak. It was actually a thing that was official.
Well, the rumor behind it was that it's going to be another Uncharted.
Oh, okay. That there were makes sense though, because
they said they're expanding on their. It's going to be an expansion on one of their current worlds.
Because what's his name's not going to work on anymore. I don't think he's going to go back to Uncharted. What's the dude's name?
Neil Druckmann.
Neil Druckmann. Yeah, I just don't see that being a thing. Whenever they're supposedly working on a new IP.
I don't see. Okay. I mean, if you're going to expand on one of your worlds, I don't think you're going back to Last of Us this soon.
No.
And Uncharted almost feels like it's run its course.
Especially
in my
whenever
opinion.
you got freaking Indiana Jones coming out, bro.
Dude.
You ain't going to be able to fight that.
What other world? So Last of Us.
I don't know what other worlds they have. Okay, we've got Ratchet and Clank, right?
Yeah, there's Ratchet and Clank,
But there's a new
Last of Us, and Uncharted. I think what's going to happen is Neil Druckmann and team is going to be moving on with a brand new IP, and then the team that they're talking about here will work on a new either Last of Us or Uncharted game.
Well, only time will tell, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. A new Mario Kart 9 rumor has Nintendo Switch Lite and Nintendo Switch Lite. Wait, what? And Nintendo Switch players excited, despite its dubious nature. As of today, January 15th, there has been no word of a new Mario Kart, and that may be partially because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe continues to sell like hotcakes on Switch and Switch Lite, despite it being a 3-year-old port of a 6-year-old Wii U game. However, this time last year, we heard rumors of Mario Kart 9 and a possible 2020 or 2021 release. Obviously, the former didn't happen, but the latter is still on the table. Adding to these previous rumors is a new anonymous rumor that claims Nintendo is planning to mix things up with the next installment in
Cyberpunk
the
mix things up.
long and running installment of the popular series. According to this rumor, Mario Kart 9 will tap into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in the sense that it will be a crossover game featuring multiple Nintendo franchises. This is a major detail divulged, but the rumor also notes that the game is near completion and ready to ship this year, possibly during Q3, which is to say this summer. So that's cool if that's true. You know what I mean?
To bring over like the characters from Super Smash Bros. Like maybe Nintendo has like a timed like license with some of these characters that they got for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and they were like, let's just fucking throw them into Mario Kart as well.
I don't think a timeline. I mean, most of the characters on Smash Bros. Are Nintendo IPs.
No, I'm talking about like the. Whatchamacallit? Not all the not the Nintendo characters. I'm talking about all the other ones that they got.
All the other ones you got are like Final Fantasy and the character from
which
Persona,
is Sony, or not Sony, but Square, and so you got Persona, you got Snake, you got a bunch of characters that are not licensed, that are not owned by Nintendo.
Not a bunch. You got a couple. I mean, like, let's be real.
What do you mean? There's it's Ultimate, bro. They got a shit ton of characters.
You just named almost all of them, like Snake,
Sephiroth,
and Cloud.
Not Battletoads. What is it? Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh yeah.
You
got the Street Fighter guys.
The Street Fighter.
Who just came to Smash?
But see, all these people are like recent additions to Smash too. So like, I don't think
that's what I'm saying.
I don't think you're gonna get any of those guys.
Probably not. But I'm just hoping.
I'm thinking like what we're talking about here is like your core roster of Smash Bros. Characters
Nintendo
that
characters,
are like Nintendo.
Like
theme,
Fox
and
because Link's already in Mario Kart 8, so I can see them doing it. Some characters
would make sense. Like Captain Falcon would be like a shoe-in for a racing game.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean?
Like,
his vehicle is already in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Like you can get the what is it, the Blue Falcon
That's
or
cool.
something, whatever it's called.
That.
I'm pretty sure you can. But anyways, yeah. So the last leak we got here is Call of Duty Warzone leak reveals details on massive new map. A new Call of Duty Warzone leak sheds light on a massive new map reportedly coming to the PS4, PS5, Xbox One, blah, 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 soon. According to the leak, there's a new map coming to Warzone, and it will be 8x8. What does this mean? Well, the game's current is a 9x9 map, but only 6.5x7 of it is playable. According to the leak, all 8x8 of the map is playable, which means it will be substantially bigger than Verdansk, and this likely means it will support up to 200 players instead of 150. All of this information comes the way of Modern Warzone, who also reveals some other details pertaining to the map's locations. Speaking of which, Modern Warzone, he's always right about this shit. So, for example, the new map will reportedly have a zoo POI, which looks like point of interest, which looks like it may be a remaster of Zoo from Call of Duty Black Ops Escalation DLC.
And you don't even want to know the download size.
Yeah, true. Meanwhile, there will also be a point of interest called Weather Station, which is close to another POI called Ski Slopes. It's not clear what this location will be, but it could be Summit from Black Ops, considering its proximity to ski slopes.
That's cool. No. I like the vibe of Zoo and Ski Slopes already has me hyped about this new map.
If we got like a mountainous range in there,
that'd be pretty
cool.
tight.
That'd be sick. I want to fight in a zoo. I think that would be sick.
Yeah.
Just like shooting lions
Hiding
everywhere.
behind a tiger.
What if you could like unlock
That's what I was
the lion
thinking,
cage
like,
and
let
pull a
'em
Far
out.
Cry?
Dude, that'd be tight.
Unfortunately for now, this is where the details end. Of course, everything here should be taken with a grain of salt.
A pinch.
Or a pinch.
Yeah, not only because nothing here is official, but because even if it's all accurate, it's also subject to change. Because it's got some time. But anyways, that one's the most, to me, I feel like that's pretty realistic. I feel like that's probably going to happen. Warzone has to get a new map soon. If I'm bored of it, they need a new map.
And Rebirth was just a copy and paste of a map that they already had.
Yeah, it's like, I think a lot of people are getting away from it. Also, they need to add, well, I guess they can't because they suck at getting rid of cheaters and hacks and fucking, now everybody's just wall hacking, because it's so hard to detect that, people are just straight up wall hacking, all the time. And so they'll see you coming and then just kill you. It's so annoying, dude.
Damn.
But if they
didn't we run into some hackers last time we played?
Yeah, dude.
When we were in Quarry, yeah.
Well, a lot of streamers are wall hacking now, just openly. So it's I think if they can get a hold of their cheating, get all the people to stop, or a lot of people to stop cheating. Use whatever Apex uses for anti-cheat.
I was just about to say Apex handled that very swiftly.
And then make a ranked mode. And then give people a reason to come back and put their shit into the game, feel like they're progressing and stuff. Anyways, that's it for the topic of the show. Let's jump on over to the People's Champ. Brent, you got the questions?
Oh, I got the questions.
Oh, dog, you got the questions?
And I also got the champ.
Oh, who's the champ, dog?
I'm gonna give it to Aaron Jones today. Alonzi Jonesy.
Okay.
He says,
that guy.
what Pokemon do you want to see in the new Snap game?
Okay.
As well as what mechanics do you want to see introduced?
Okay, so what Pokemon do I want to see? I want to see my boy, Scyther. I always want to see Scyther. I want to see what the up-res Scyther looks like.
Oh, you already know. It's going to be tight.
He's going to be looking fresh. I want them to give him a realistic, what if they just made the ugliest fucking mech bug you've ever seen? Or what if they pulled a Craig on him though?
I feel like we've seen decently rendered Scyther before, right?
In the last one. He was in the last one, right? Yeah, so but that was in 64.
No, but I mean in other Pokemon games, even 3D.
Yeah, but it's not up close and personal Pokemon Snap
zoomed
is.
in with a camera.
Plus with better, the graphics in this are going to be a lot better than in the other games. That's the whole thing everybody was talking about.
You can only get so detailed with it before you step into
so you got real bugs,
yeah,
dude.
realism. Yeah.
I'll tell you what I want. I don't want a specific Pokemon. I want a bunch of ghost Pokemon in a haunted house type place where you go through the rails and there's ghosts everywhere and you got to snap pictures.
I
think that'd be
guarantee
cool.
that's one layout is a cemetery into a haunted house or something.
Another feature I want big time is first of all, I need the ability to throw apples at the Pokemon from the first game and the little balls of gas and the Pokeflute. I need all three of those things from the first game to be transferred to the second game. And also, I want there to be every now and then an option to where you can pick the rail choice. I can go left or right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, give it a little bit of option.
Yeah, or maybe a secret option where you throw the apple in front of the track at the right spot and it goes off the track and takes you on a different path, some kind of secret thing. Yeah.
So I want a gun. No.
Yeah, I think they should put they should remaster all the old Pokemon Stadium mini games. And put them in there.
Just put it in there?
To answer his question for mine, I want to see Rayquaza.
Or no, was it Pokemon Stadium that had those mini games?
Yeah, they have the mini games.
Yeah.
They should put those mini games into this, or up a different version of those. They should just do Pokemon mini games on the side, that you can play with your friends. You know what I'm saying? Online. Give it an
That's
online
cool
functionality.
And all, but I'm just trying to take pictures of Pokemon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I don't
after
need
you
all
get
the
done
extra
taking those pictures and shit,
if they put a bunch of hidden shit in there.
I would rather them focus that effort into just making an extra level or something for the game. You know what I mean?
True. I also think
Brent, what Pokemon did
Craig
you say?
should be in there. He said just
a bunch
ghosts.
of ghost Pokemon.
Oh, that's right.
They should hide Craig somewhere in there,
That would be
as as a Nintendo Xbox crossover thing.
Pretend he's a Machop, just
yeah. He's like comes out. He like you can see him from behind, and then like you like throw like an apple at him, and he turns around, and it's just Craig, like in that perfect like meme stance.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Like we promised you, we'd be doing some crossovers with Nintendo. Here it is. Yeah. Okay. Did you already go, Devin? What's your Pokemon?
Oh, I said Rayquaza.
Rayquaza. Okay.
Just 'cause that's
getting too new for me. I don't even know who that is.
He's like the snake
Emerald.
legendary guy.
The legendary off of Emerald. That was what, 3rd generation?
Yeah, I stopped at Gold, dude, and then I came back at Heart Gold, and then like played a little bit of Black and White.
Soul Silver was pretty good.
Soul Silver was dope.
Yeah,
that. Anyways,
All right. So thanks, Aaron. Good question.
Yeah, thanks for the question.
We've also got Austin McGowan here. He says, how long until a video game is made about January 6th, 2021? What happened January 6th? Was that when they stormed the Capitol? Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the Capitol storming. Oh, I do know that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm dumb. I just didn't know his name. Okay, so the Capitol storming. I'm sure you'll have like some version of that like in a game.
You can probably already get Flappy Capital right now, where you like have to bounce your guy through the fucking Capitol doors. You know what I mean?
Nah, I can see it being like how they did. What was that game? It was like Homefront. Like, I'm sure they'll have something like that, but based around that situation.
I was thinking Minecraft dungeon style game where you're like...
You're grabbing all the loot. You get all the Nancy Pelosi, like, papers off her desk, and, like, with those papers, you can then
Jack
in turn...
the hard drives.
Yeah. You just grab loot. That's
Take
it.
the podiums and stuff.
Grabbing everyone's, $1,400 off the desk to...
What was that one game where you rolled around collecting a ball of junk until it...
Katamari.
Katamari, yeah.
That would be great.
That would be tight. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for the questions,
guys. Brent, we got to round out the show with the big one here.
It's Brent's unbelievably crazy freaking facts. They're so crazy you won't even know. Okay. All right. What did the inventor of Vaseline used to do with it frequently?
Oh, no.
There's what I want to say.
Yeah, there's what I know he did with it. There's no question in my mind.
Besides jacking off, what did the inventor of Vaseline do with it?
I just got to say, do you think, is there anybody on this planet who doesn't look at the guy who made Vaseline? Like, even back then, like, after he's like, hey, guys, I made this invention. And they're like, I know what you've been doing with this shit, bro.
You're going to think he's way weirder after I read you.
Okay. Does it involve
consuming
food?
it? Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He eats it.
Damn.
He eats the Vaseline.
We went straight to it. We
got
didn't. Okay, so why do you eat it?
Let me tell you.
To lube up his throat.
Yeah.
For the other.
It's super laxative. It just makes everything go through.
Oh God.
After
That's kind of what I was thinking. Actually, like maybe it's like a stomach cleansing thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was thinking after he got tired of masturbating with it, he decided to give himself BJs with it.
Gotta lube up his butthole from the inside out. Okay. Maybe he's constipated and the turds need to just be lubed up.
That was what we wanted to say, and we said it.
Robert Cheeseborough invented
Hold up.
Vaseline.
His name is Cheeseborough? Like his last name?
Chesborough, I guess. It's CHESEBROUGH.
That's Chesborough. I thought his
Well,
legit...
I want his name to be Cheeseborough, so that's what I'm going to call him. Robert Chesborough invented Vaseline in 1872 as a medical product. Chesborough discovered that oil field workers would use rod wax or residue from oil rig pumps on wounds and cuts. He took samples from the field and eventually patented Vaseline in 1872. It's said that Chesborough ate a spoonful of Vaseline every day until he died at age 96.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And
Maybe we should be eating a spoonful of Vaseline.
96 is pretty good.
Yeah, how long ago was
Especially
it?
for
1800s.
in the 1800s,
Oh,
yeah.
No, all right. Well, I know what I'm adding to my regimen.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Just a spoonful of Vaseline.
I'm going to have the smoothest poops.
gosh. Imagine like the rest of your day after you take that spoonful of Vaseline, like you just be like,
yeah, it's just gonna be like a coating.
Yeah, you couldn't taste food. Like no, that's a bad idea. I don't care if I live to be 96. If I can't taste food, like, I'm good. I don't know. That just sounds bad. I don't even like the feeling of like lotion, let alone like Vaseline.
It's like disgusting to imagine yourself eating Vaseline. Like.
Yeah. Anyways, was that it?
Yeah, I'm going to give you one more.
Oh, okay.
But this one, I'm not going to form into a question because I can't think of how to do it.
Well, then I don't want to hear
lame. It. Lame, yeah. It's fun answering the question.
All right. I figured it out.
Well,
no, there's no way you'll get it. It's just no.
We'll get it. Come on, give it. Are you calling us dumb? We just got that on the first guess.
All right, fine. The guy who voiced Yoda also voiced several other noteworthy characters that you might not expect. Can you guess which ones they are?
Okay. Is it from movies or cartoons?
From, think like children's shows, but like, yeah.
Okay.
That's the best guess. Best I can
Yoda.
give you.
I'm gonna say it's something from Sesame Street, obviously.
Okay, but what?
I'm gonna say
the trash guy.
Bert.
No.
Is it Ernie?
No, maybe actually. I don't know. He might have done other voices.
Than the one that you're saying.
I only have two in my arsenal right now.
Is it the Menomina guy, or is that even from Sesame Street?
Here, let me just tell you, because he might have done some of these voices. I'm sorry. He did Yoda, Miss Piggy, and Cookie Monster.
Miss Piggy makes sense.
Yeah, if you think about
oh my god,
if you think about Miss Piggy's voice and Yoda's voice, it's like almost the same.
Holy shit!
The guy's name is Frank Oz, so pretty
I
interesting
known
stuff.
That.
Miss Piggy and who else?
And Cookie Monster. So he did do a Sesame Street.
Yeah.
If I would have just thought about their voices for a second, yeah.
Because you gotta look. He was literally a puppet. The Yoda was just and back then, who was doing puppets like that? The fucking Sesame Street.
Yeah, they
guys.
probably went to the Sesame Street guys like, who could do Yoda? Like,
and the Muppets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did Sesame Street, Muppets, and Yoda. So
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. I'm glad that we got that fact tonight because I needed to know this. And I'm sure you guys did too. So if you want more facts in the future, remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast every Tuesday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast. Check out our video content on youtube.com/createforsanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle I'll drop for JAMAL, Brent at Brent has one, and Devin at Devin Dreas. Did I say it right this time?
You said it even worse.
Hey, gosh. Devon Dreas. Devondrius.
Devin Dreas.
And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners. Later.